Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Gameroom Discourse podcast. I'm Mike.
I'm James.
I'm Joey.
And I am Josh.
Josh,
Yes, our guest for today.
Yes.
Our guest for today is going to be our good friend Josh. And
Hello.
here with the topic.
Today, it will be money in video games, the relationship between the two. Before, we suggested this topic, I forgot, how much money is actually involved in video games. To start off, there's the price tag, to get the video game, but also there's buying a console or building a PC in order to properly play the game.
Yep.
There's a lot of investment before you even, start playing the game to begin off.
And a lot of times people will just buy, people will see a game, and not only will that price tag be high, but the console's price tag will be high, and then they'll only want that console for that one game. And so they just won't end up buying either, which is just bad
making
for the company.
a whole investment of in total just for one console, one game.
Exactly.
Around $700 sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
If you're buying completely new.
Not only that, but there's also the online. There's also the online subscription where you need to buy to be able to play online.
Which it used to only be on Xbox, if everyone remembers, just Xbox Gold. But PlayStation soon did that, and Nintendo followed.
Big boy Nintendo dropped its ass on the scene.
With Nintendo Online. Having to pay to justify online is a weird thing now. But now it's universal because it was a good monetization for them.
Yeah.
They try to make it worth it for a lot of them. Xbox.
Do they? Do they really? Do they?
With
they
try. Gold, that was pretty worth
it.
They try.
There was an effort.
There was an effort.
Microsoft with Game Pass and Xbox Gold, they at least try to give you games to go with it. For the investment, you get games that you don't, you can try out and don't have to completely commit to,
That's fair. And I would say that my opinion of Nintendo Online was not terrible until about a month and a half ago when the expansion came out, and then it just completely changed. Because I didn't think $20 or whatever it was for a year with all of the NES and SNES games that you would get for free. I didn't think that was a bad deal. $20 for all of those. I really did, and I don't really think many people did. I think a lot of people were just complaining about the games that were being put on. But then you get shit like the expansion pack, and I'm sorry, but what is it? $60? $50?
Yeah, they try to justify it with more
they can try. They could try to make cows
and also
the moon. It doesn't matter. It doesn't justify it.
But they also put the Animal Crossing DLC behind it too, which I thought was pretty scummy.
Yeah, no,
as a justification of dude, I don't even have Animal Crossing. I don't even have Animal Crossing New Horizons.
Yeah,
that means nothing to me.
It's like they're forcing people to get this Animal Crossing DLC that they're not even entirely sure if anyone's gonna really use it. If there's no guarantee that someone's gonna have Animal Crossing, and they're gonna look at this plan and they're gonna mainly look at the Nintendo 64 games, right?
Exactly, or the Sega games.
Yeah,
I would argue. Now, I hate this whole plan. I love the N64, but I hate the plan, this entire plan, and I hate the games, how they run on the Switch. But that's a different topic. I think that the plan would not be nearly as bad if it was 2 years instead of a year, but it's the same amount of time that you get for $20, but instead you get some more games that run like shit.
The problem with it too is that we also haven't seen it properly in action, because sometimes you also have to see if it is actually worth it. Just by looking at it, it does not look worth it at all.
No, I have it. I bought it.
You have it. You bought it.
I bought it because I wanted.
You have it. You bought it.
Before I did it, before it all came out that the games ran like shit and they played like shit, I bought it because I'm like, I hate this, but I still want to play Ocarina of Time on my Switch. So, I sucked it up and I did what a lot of people probably can't do, and I just forked up the money. Doesn't mean I'm happy about it. It just means that I'm in the position where I could do that. And then the game ran like shit, and I'm just like, give me my money back. Like, I don't want this anymore.
Like it's hard for you to run N64 games on your console.
Mm-hmm.
See, the thing you guys
if we're
gotta
gonna-
hold on, wait. If I may, like, interject with
Go
one
for
point,
it.
it's like it's not like you're downloading like these games like onto your console to play. You're mainly playing it like off of a cloud service, so it's expected
virtual.
that there's gonna be like some dip in quality when it comes to like the performance and stuff for like especially like N64 games, which kind of like ties into Nintendo's like shitty netcode, but that's a whole different thing. So
And that's a good point. However, that being the case, it makes it even more infuriating that the price is what it is.
I mean,
Yeah.
like the price shouldn't be that if the service is that bad.
Yeah,
like-
I expected the games to not run perfectly, but they first
say-
really, really bad. Like more so than they should. I feel like.
I feel like they should either improve the service or lower the price because that's the only way that's when it gets justified.
They should do both.
I don't know about that. But
Yeah,
I'm asking for just one.
I also feel
asking
like they
for
should
one
do
of those
both, but they're
things.
probably not going to.
They're never going to, but they
yeah,
should.
because they're a multi-million-dollar company. You think they're gonna do that? They're too big to fail.
We're gonna be talking about business a lot in this one.
Aren't they $1 billion? Oh wait, aren't they billions now?
Yeah, probably. I was just saying millions
Yeah.
because that was like the first thing that came to my mind.
That's a good point.
But yeah, but like mostly in terms of money, like a lot of games and like online subscription services are a way to monetize a game.
But they would
mean,
make more
they're
money
free-
if it was good.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
It has to be justified. The price has to be justified in order for them to make money. Like,
So I
Hold on.
fail to see why this price is so high and the games are so not good on like this console that is next gen. Like that combination, I can't see them not knowing it before they released it.
okay,
You see what
I see what you're
Yeah.
saying, and I do agree. Like, it isn't like okay to also have this thing that some people have to like buy for their entire family. If they
Yeah.
like,
It's infuriating.
Isn't
If
like
the
the
parents
whole
want
family
to-
plan like over $100 though?
yes, it is. Family plans. That's ooh, the family plan Nintendo plan.
That's
is
a whole
not
Christmas
the
present.
best.
That's like
Again, I think other ones do it better because like I own an Xbox and like you can share your Xbox games if you have like one account on there that has the games on it. So if you have Xbox like Gold or Game Pass, the rest of the accounts on the Xbox will have it. So
I hate
everyone can play
Xbox,
it.
but that's bias.
That's your own little thing.
They are
Hey,
they
Microsoft
do a good decent. Microsoft does a decent like business
online.
model. They're
No,
They're
they don't. They
decent
have a decent
online-
online.
No, they bought like a lot of good games too recently. I'm dare say they do have a good business model.
They
I
bought
wouldn't
out
say,
Rare
like-
just to not make them again. What do you mean that's a good
I
business?
wouldn't say that. They are.
They bought out Rare
moved
and
a
haven't
lot of-
done jack with any of them.
They have moved a lot of that to Game Pass
But they
to
haven't
make it
made anything.
free for everyone that already owns Game Pass,
I'm so
and
rare.
that does put in for
I disagree.
like
Okay.
Game Pass like has allowed people to play stuff that comes right off the shelves, and personally, I think that's a good model. And also, they're doing cloud play now as well.
Yes,
Yeah.
which doesn't require
I'm
you
not
to download
saying
the games.
it's the best. I'm not
Or
saying
buy-
it's the best. I'm not saying it's the best thing, but I think it's a really good one.
Yes, plus there's this trick that I know that you can do where if you buy like a couple years of gold and then buy a month of Game Pass Ultimate, the years of gold just
It's
turn
all-
into
Or
Yeah.
Game Pass Ultimate. It just
Game Pass.
floods all of them, and it's
yeah.
It's
Disagree
good
with
value.
you. I understand what you're saying. I disagree with you, but I understand. I think that
What do you disagree with it? Yeah,
I think that what they did with Rare is awful.
When did they buy Rare? When did they buy Rare? Please
When they
remind me.
started in the early 2000s,
No, let me look this up.
something like that.
Like when the original Xbox came out.
Yeah,
something
because
like
they bought it to take it away from Nintendo, and then they never made another game except for Banjo-Kazooie Nuts and Bolts.
that, which
I think they did
Well, that way.
remake Conker's Bad Fur Day, didn't they?
they did.
Yeah, okay,
Yeah.
I'll give them that.
They
That
made
I forgot about
Battletoads
that.
in 2020. They
Except
also
they
made Sea of
remade them.
Thieves. They
But
made
they haven't
Sea
made
of
anything
Thieves.
new. They haven't made anything new.
See, I literally said Sea of Thieves in 2018 that they're constantly updating.
Yes.
What is
Also-
Sea of Thieves?
Everwild. Oh my
Like
god.
it's like a PC game on like Steam.
Okay.
No, you can also play it on Xbox.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
When I'm
So-
looking for when where
Mike, I'm going to say something that you're
Apparently-
going to hate.
when don't you go on?
The version of Conker's Bad Fur Day that they put up was censored.
Oh yeah, I mean like. Hold on.
Yada.
Before I go crazy, I need to.
Yeah,
Made
Josh,
Connect
say what you were going to
or-
say.
Yes, I was just gonna say they bought Rare in like September 24th, 2002.
Yeah,
That's a while
So
ago.
it's been a while, and we haven't gotten a.
Diddy
Go-
Kong Racing.
We haven't
Professor
gotten a
Layton.
real new Banjo. We haven't gotten a new Conker. We haven't gotten a new Killer Instinct. We lucked out with Donkey Kong Country because that was
we did get a new Killer Instinct.
We did get a new
We
Killer
did.
Instinct.
Yeah,
When was this?
Yes.
Xbox.
I feel like
When?
yeah.
Like a while ago. Like 2016.
2013. I looking at now.
2013. Motherfucker.
Okay, so that's one game. They remade Conkers, and now they subject him to test things. They made a shitty Banjo-Kazooie kart racer. My point is, they could have done a lot more, and they just really didn't. And a lot of these franchises aren't active anymore.
Well, I mean, you have to see the success of these games in order for, to see if it's going to, like... The last Banjo-Kazooie didn't do well. The last Killer Instinct didn't do as well as they wanted to. I
Changes.
mean, like, what do you expect them to
Are you
proper...
talking about Xbox or Rare right now?
Rare.
Okay, so
They didn't do as good as they wanted to, so it's not... Like, it didn't give them enough money, so it's not going to be produced, and that's, like, I'm trying to tie us back into the money in order to get us back
and
on
I get
topic.
that, and before Rare was bought out, some of these games are still some of the most nostalgic and best games that have been made, and most known games that have been made. What I don't understand what you were saying by they didn't see any financial success with these games.
I'm saying with the latest ones.
That's
business
because it was. That's why I don't like Xbox. Xbox runs Rare.
They own the company, but the development... It's still up to the development team to make the game do well. I mean, they can make, like, decisions of, like, okay, you can produce that, and okay, you can... But they don't make, like, development decisions.
But they
I
have.
feel like you're putting too much
Rare.
blame on Xbox itself in the sense of,
They
like...
have to give the green light to make the game. Rare make the game.
Yeah, but they couldn't give the green light anymore because it didn't bring enough money that they were hoping.
All right.
You get what I'm saying, right?
I hope you get what I'm saying as well.
Yeah, I'm saying, like, I understand your anger, but, like, that it's not there. But you can't just be like, I'm blaming Xbox because the games didn't do well and they're not gonna get another sequel because they didn't do well.
But that's another thing that I don't
Like,
like Xbox for. If a Nintendo game doesn't do well, like if a Mario game doesn't do well, they still make another Mario game. Banjo-Kazooie.
well, that's their business model. That's Nintendo's business model, not Xbox's.
And the whole point that I was combating was that you said Xbox had a good business model, and I said no, they don't.
I wouldn't call it a bad business model just because
I wouldn't call it bad. I just wouldn't call it
one
great.
section. I said I didn't say great. I said good. I said good, dear
All
sir.
right. We're splitting hairs. Let's get back on topic. You're right.
Yes, exactly.
My apologies. When I get heated, I don't really care what the topic is. I apologize.
Okay, let's move on.
Probably good
I was
content,
going
though.
on to like how to monetize a game. A lot of games do want to monetize it through just the price tag of the original one, but there are other ways like loot boxes, premium battle passes, buying cosmetics, stuff like that.
Yeah, skins are
Like,
great.
what do you guys like? If it's done well, I like all of those things.
Oh yeah, so
But
totally.
But some of the times it becomes pay to win, like a lot of the times, especially like when, like, let me use Pokemon Unite. I saw a
Here
recent
we
video
go.
on this.
Pokemon again.
I saw a recent video on this, and I'm like, yeah, that is what happened. It's free to play, but like,
Oh, wait. Hold
there's
on.
a progression
Real
system.
quick. Wait, hold on. Real quick. Because
What?
I'm not gonna talk for a bit because I don't know anything about Pokemon Unite. So I just want to get one thing in. What is Pokemon Unite?
Pokemon Unite is a free MOBA game. A it's a multi arena battler. You know, like
Okay.
League of Legends.
Okay, I got you. All right, go on. I'm probably not going to say much during this because I don't know anything really about it.
I'm only going to be talking about what they did. And what they did was bad. So, in this game, the more you progress, you're able to get better items and better, like, equipment. And you have to progress that way in order to become, like, a better trainer and play against, and you can use those items in battle. But the problem is, you can put money to progress yourself. So, immediately, if I go into the game and put $100 down, I can beat someone that's been playing for 10 hours.
That's scummy.
But that's not the only thing. It has loot boxes as well for cosmetics. But it's basically pay to win, which isn't a good model because no one wants to play anymore. I mean, it's going to suck money out of you. But
Good for the company,
normally,
bad for the customer.
yes, you can earn this stuff by just playing for a long time, but at that point, you're literally putting a price tag on like how much work a player does,
Yeah.
and they can just forego that.
That's
And
how free games will get you, man. Like
Yeah.
they
Time is
literally
money.
they literally say, "Hey, check out this cool game you can play it for free." But then like
Free?
and then you could put like money into it. It's like, "Hey, I'm better than everyone that's put like hundreds and thousands of hours into this game and I've only been playing for like a minute."
but that's only for pay to win, though. I do
I
want to,
know.
but for like, there's other stuff with premium, like for Halo. Let me go to Halo instead. They have a free and a premium battle pass. You don't get any weapons from it. It's only cosmetics. Like you're like you can earn
I like that.
and you still have to earn it. You can also put money towards it so you can speed up your progress for it, but you're only going to get cosmetics.
Yes.
You're never going to give something that gives you a strategical advantage if you put
Unlike
money
Halo
in.
5, where to get certain things in like a Warzone type game mode, which is like big team battle, but you get to use cards which are got from loot boxes or like loot crates or whatever, and then you use those to summon vehicles.
Or we could talk about Battlefront 2 for Star Wars Battlefront 2.
Oh
When
god,
it
that
Man,
was
fuck
started out.
Microsoft.
no, that wasn't
That
wasn't
Microsoft.
even
That's
Microsoft.
EA.
That wasn't even. That's EA. That isn't even Microsoft.
Fuck
No, I was
EA.
talking about the Halo. I was talking about the Halo 5 thing because I just researched it.
Oh, well, that's 343, which is a subsidiary or like a second party.
Halo is Xbox. I know that there's
That's unfair to even say, because that would just say that Bethesda owns Fallout New Vegas. I mean, did Fallout New Vegas when they clearly didn't.
Oh, that's a
Fallout
different
New Vegas was all. That was all
Halo
someone
is like
else.
one of the, Halo, aside from Forza and Gears, Halo is one of the only, if not the only, exclusive Xbox franchise that it's their baby.
But they let someone else produce a game from it. That's what I'm saying.
But they
I
developed
don't.
it.
I
You're
literally
having the
said
same. Okay.
someone
okay.
else developed
Okay.
it. I literally said someone else developed from their world, like I would like for Fallout New Vegas. But anyway, it was a. I freaking lost track of what I said before. But anyway,
If
like
I
it's
mind,
better sometimes because like there's DLC that can give you like an advantage. There are in games where you can get like DLC. Like for Call of Duty Black Ops 2, I remember there was this guy called the Peacekeeper that you had to pay for to get, and it was just busted for the longest time. There's also you guys okay, here's one we can all talk about. There's Bayonetta for Smash 4.
yeah.
That was pay to win. That
Oh,
was a
for sure.
character that you could only get through buying, and basically was the only thing you would see in professional tournament.
Basically, Evo turned
Yep.
into a Bayonetta finals. The last year that Smash 4 was put on.
And it really says a lot when Nintendo goes to the trouble of like nerfing the shit out of her, but she's still like the top 5 character.
Yeah.
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 I mean,
And
it's not DLC
really,
anymore.
the
It's
other ones were
Ultimate.
DLC as well. Cloud.
Yeah, Cloud's
Yeah,
really
Cloud.
strong.
Yeah,
Cloud was really strong.
that was like
He was the top one
mostly.
before Bayonetta.
Yeah, it's with mostly like Smash 4 where they kind of had like this problem of making their DLC characters too strong. I
Or
mean,
not
like,
strong enough, like with Roy.
Yep.
yeah,
Lucas.
but I feel like with Ultimate, like, yeah, sure, you have like those really good characters like Joker and like Pyramithra and all that, but like, I feel like
Then there was like a match
overall,
afterwards.
most of the characters feel pretty balanced for the most part.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they do.
Also, like, looked to balance them afterwards too. He
Yeah.
didn't keep them busted.
I mean, when
Mhm.
you can win with like bottom 5 characters, and you can win tournaments with bottom 5 characters, your game's pretty balanced.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I feel like that's this thing that a lot of like fighting games kind of like fall into and making their like DLC characters like busted because you have to like make them worth like paying like the extra money,
They
like
have to
the
be
extra
interesting.
$5. Yeah. Like they have to have a gimmick, basically.
There was Street Fighter 5. I mean, we could. I mean, Joey, you like Dan for Street Fighter 5, and he's DLC.
Dan is the best.
Yes, Dan is really good. I have a
He
lot of
also
things
had
to
the-
say from Street Fighter V, coming from a guy who spent over probably $200 on that game.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah. The base game, it was shit. It was okay for competitive, but everybody else, which I was a casual person going into it, it's shit. I'm gonna say that right now. It's shit. $60 for 12 characters who aren't really that fun to play for the story mode.
No
Actually, no, there wasn't even a
arcade.
story mode. There was
There
basically
wasn't
just
a base story mode. It was just like small chapters for each person.
yes,
Oof.
and it was just terrible. And I kept on putting money into it because I was just like, eventually this is going to be a good game as long as I put money into it. And then they released arcade mode, or arcade edition, which was everything that people wanted with a lot of DLC and a lower price. And I'm just like, fuck, why wasn't that the
Story
base
mode.
game?
Just gave you actual certain characters. No, it was
Yeah,
actually good. Like
yeah.
it's upsetting because some games are pre-released with the promise of like, hey, if you buy this now, we'll finish it. It'll be good.
That's why I
And
stopped pre-ordering games. Pre-ordering games is just terrible.
pre-order.
It's telling people, oh hey, this guy's gonna buy into the idea of our game, so we just need to make it a product. Doesn't even have to be good. Let's just make it.
Yeah, they've already given us their money.
Yes, which I
Yeah.
stopped doing because it's kind of bullshit.
Yep, pre-order is pretty bad. I'm not a fan of it.
Yeah, so speaking of DLC, how do you guys feel about day one DLC for like games?
I don't know. I mean, I like free DLC, but then they're normally not that interesting. Paid DLC is normally the ones that are more interesting because they have to incentivize it being like, oh, look at this hype character or look at this hype weapon. or place. Like I normally like it for DLC when they add maps too, which is really cool. Like going back to like Call of Duty, they normally add cool new zombie maps after a little bit that you have to
Yeah.
buy.
Yeah.
And
And
you see, that doesn't affect like competitive gameplay or versus someone else or give you a competitive edge, or it just improves the game.
mm,
Yeah, and I'd say like optional story DLC that's day one is kind of fine as long as the base game itself is enough. Like people don't have to feel like they need to play or buy the rest of the game because they had enough of a fun time. Like I would say Forza. Forza, you can have all the fun you want with just driving around. And I definitely did driving around and going on every single road for the completion.
yeah. So like reason I brought that up is because like in recent memory, Shin Megami Tensei 5 is a game that I've been playing a lot recently, and that game had day one DLC, and it kind of like falls on two sides of the spectrum. On one side, you have like this really cool like DLC where like you get to fight the characters from like Shin Megami Tensei 3, which I think is really neat. So I obviously bought that because like more content to the game is always good. And there was another one on the other side of the spectrum where basically they're asking you to cough up $3 just to increase the spawn rate of rare enemies in the game, which I'm like, yeah, no,
No.
That's
That's
gross.
just like the
definitely.
$5 horse armor for Skyrim or Oblivion, whatever it
Oh
was.
yeah.
That's an infamous
Yeah,
case.
yeah. I
So
mean, like
I mean,
Atlas
I
is
don't
kind
like.
of like. I'm sorry.
I
It's
don't. I don't
kind of.
like. I don't. I don't like paying for stuff that fixes the game. Like,
Paying for
why is just
life is awful.
it's a real big pain. Like, this should have came out with the game originally. This should just be a free DLC. Why
And
is this not?
I haven't spoken in like 5 minutes. I'm sorry. I've just been kind of listening.
I
Um,
mean, you shift the topic to something more comfortable if you want to do that.
no. Listen. I talk too much anyway, so it's okay. Um, but that was a good point, and I would talk about the Skyward Sword that just released a couple months ago. And guess what that came out with? An amiibo that had a quality of life feature locked right behind it, and the amiibo was mass produced, and it was sold out instantly. And like that kind of shit is just why? Why would you do something that actively makes your game worse?
Okay, I'm gonna say a couple things based on that testimony. Number one, Skyward Sword, too expensive for what it was for Skyward Sword HD, because the original game, which came out on Wii, which looked perfectly fine, was like $40 with a free Wii remote. This is $60 with nothing like that. And then the amiibo, yes, that is bullshit for like $20 or $15, however much it was. No, it wasn't sold out. It was like sold out online, but I could find 15 of them in my local GameStop. But
Maybe now I could, but at the time I couldn't find one.
You
yeah.
just reminded me of different versions of games. Like if you buy like a freaking like
Yo,
golden
like
edition of
Pokemon.
a game,
Like the different
or
versions of Pokemon.
Yeah.
oh, I was talking about like collector's edition, but we can get to that. How that's a money scheme right there.
It really is.
Mm.
Buy multiple
Because
systems or know multiple
it's
people.
okay. Or
Yeah.
buy multiple versions of the game, so that way you have to like get all the Pokemon instead of keeping them into one game. You have to have two copies.
Or just wait
So
till the third one comes out.
no, the third one doesn't have all of them. Third one doesn't
I
have
thought it
all of
usually
them.
did.
No.
No, it didn't.
Oh.
It had different versions of other Pokemon, and also it had different. Well, I mean, that's why they stopped doing the third one because they couldn't justify it anymore because people were like, "I'll just wait to the third one a lot of the time and then trade with everyone else."
Yeah.
It had its own like
Oh
decks
wait, so
and like
they used to do that, but now they don't.
Yes.
Okay.
yeah, they don't do a third version anymore. Like they
No. I
stopped
mean,
at
why did they stop doing it?
Oh, because people would just wait until the third version and
yeah.
then yeah. That's it.
I thought you said that in the third version they didn't have the same. They didn't have all of the Pokemon.
No, they had like a little bit from like for Diamond Pearl, they had a little bit from Diamond, a little bit from Pearl.
Yes.
So
it was basically the
then you could get
definitive
Platinum.
version from both. You still needed to get the other versions, but
Yes, exactly.
it was it basically had more content. Like with Emerald, which had the Battle Island, Battle Frontier.
Battle Frontier.
Yes,
Battle Frontier,
which
exactly.
did not exist in Ruby and Sapphire. It was just like the one battle thing, or whatever it was.
Or like I can actually talk about Pokemon Yellow and Pokemon Crystal, the other third
I
version.
can't. I don't know anything.
Pokemon Yellow actually had you follow the events of the anime for like the original Pokemon season.
That's so cool.
You could get you had Pikachu as your starter, and like it would follow you around, and then it would like you could interact with him as well and make faces depending on the situation.
Yes, and then they ear rape Pikachu noise. It was their first attempt.
They also allowed you to get Bulbasaur, Charmander, and Squirtle, and you would interact with Team Rocket, Jesse, and James.
That is really cool.
Like, see, third versions are better in like a lot of ways, but also Yellow was harder because you had more battles and the levels are higher. It was like just a different game.
And I mean, if people were just going to wait for the third game anyway, they weren't going to buy the first two, which...
But I feel like it was it was worth it because it was a completely different experience from my first one.
Yeah.
For Crystal, you had to go chase around Suicune for most of the game, rather than, do a bunch of other stuff. Like, Suicune would always follow you around, help you out, and, like, change the environment.
Yeah.
And also there was, you could actually be a girl in that game.
Wow.
I love that.
That was the first time they added
Crystal, the Grill DLC.
The only female character, the first female pro tag that you could play as.
A Wooga female.
Stop.
Yeah.
Paying for another gender, God.
Yeah.
That would be start an uproar. Do you imagine them doing that now?
I mean, people have to pay surgery for... Okay, that's besides the point.
Okay, alright. Let's not get
I have glasses. I have to pay to see.
Yes, exactly.
I have to pay to use my eyes.
Yes, that is true.
I have paid DLC on my eyes, on my face.
I need better graphics, but yeah, I forgot. Is there something like that where you had to pay for freaking... I mean, when you had to build a PC.
Yeah, I was going to say building a PC.
Oh,
you had to pay to get better graphics, because otherwise you can't... you can't like play it at your highest resolution, or play it at the resolution you prefer, at least.
But the thing is, you're paying for flexibility, because it's not just a gaming device, it's an everything device. And if you play your cards right, it's also a piracy device, in which case you kind of pay for the thing itself.
But I mean, I was trying to talk about like not just different versions of like Pokemon. I was talking about like collector's edition versions, like it came with like stickers or something, or arcades, or
Sonic Colors Ultimate. It comes with a bunch of glitches, and can't forget about the baby Sonic keychain.
Bruv.
I was gonna talk about like how when you got like the premium Persona one, you could get a freaking book.
Yeah.
Or reading.
Yeah.
I play video games to not read.
Damn.
Or like Pokemon.
But you love RPGs,
you liar.
Oh no, he found out.
You love RPGs. You love to read.
Oh no, he knows too much.
I only read if it's got pictures.
Damn.
Okay.
Big deal.
Also hiding story behind DLC, because you now also reminded me.
Yeah.
You reminded me of Final Fantasy 15.
Yep.
And
go on it, James. Get him.
Ignis Noctis. We didn't get Noctis. We didn't get Noctis. That was the painful part. Because in Ignis, the story you had to pay for episode of Ignis, they revealed there was actually a good ending. Where spoiler if you haven't freaking played Final Fantasy 15 or episode
what are you doing with your life?
Yeah, I haven't.
I haven't either.
I don't play RPGs.
Noctis normally dies at the end of the fucking game.
Oof.
But in episode of Ignis, they revealed that, there is a way that he freaking lives, but we're gonna skip over that for episode of Noctis.
Yeah, they can
later on, when we put that out, right? Never came out.
So basically, just like Arkham Knight, where they ended the story on like a cliffhanger or a bad ending, in which case you had to buy the Joker, or not Joker, but the Riddler DLC to see an actually good ending or the actual
Good
ending.
It's so
hiding the good ending behind a paywall, which is infuriating.
Incredibly.
Yeah.
absolutely infuriating.
Like, if you're gonna do like DLC like that, then it has to be something like separate from like the main story, not like be a part of like the story itself.
Yeah. Or if it's something part of the story, it fleshes further. It's not the actual ending.
Yeah.
Like the thing is, I think it was it is the actual ending now for Final Fantasy 15. But I mean,
Same with
it
Batman
is
Arkham
frustrating
Knight.
to be like,
It's a
it
shit.
is frustrating.
It's a
It's a
shit
pretty
business model.
upsetting ending.
Yes.
I wouldn't say
You
that.
guys just waited
But
and interrupted each other 3 consecutive times while you were both trying to finish it.
Yes, we
Yes,
did.
exactly.
But let me
It was the
continue.
funniest thing.
For Final Fantasy 15, I did like the ending. It was pretty alright. It fit with Final Fantasy 15 and what normally happens, because, there always has to be a sacrifice for some reason. But,
Final
and
Fantasy.
also it fit, hi- giving us a DLC where there is a good ending, and then saying, hey, there's gonna be another one coming up, get ready to freaking prepare your wallets for this good story that's about to come, and not come, is gonna be really disappointing.
Man, that's just really big fucking blue balls right there.
Yes.
Yep.
Like,
Incredibly
it's
blue
like,
balls.
it's upsetting because also, like, if you bought a season pass, that also hurts. Let me talk about there are season passes. Season passes. We didn't talk about that. Paying for DLC content that you have no idea what it's going to be.
Oh
Yeah.
boy.
Basically, like for Smash's freaking character pass, having no idea what they're going to be. They could just be really bad, or characters you don't want at all. But you can like buy all of it in one go. And it was available to buy before all the characters were revealed.
Yeah, I mean, like, personally for me, like, I didn't know if I wanted every single character, so I just ended up buying each character individually, but I just ended up buying every single character anyway.
Yeah, but at least now you know. And
Yeah.
in hindsight, but hey, at least you prepared for yourself for disappointment, because if it was a character that you didn't want, hey, you saved money there. It's a good thing there wasn't any characters like that.
Yeah, I mean, like, I could care less about Min Min, but it's whatever.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I mean, fair
Yeah.
enough.
well, I mean, like, I
I'll-
couldn't care less, I guess.
That's not true. You couldn't care anymore.
It's a
Yeah, I
shame.
really couldn't.
Took the topic. I
'Cause
wanted
your
to go to
characters
gotcha
are-
games.
Yeah, I
Since
was
we
just
had
saying, you
like
guys want to go to gotcha games?
Oh.
to
Shit.
get Josh, yeah. The only gotcha game I've played is the Skullgirls one.
The
Oh,
only
God.
gotcha
Still
game I've played is Fire Emblem Heroes.
there's a lot of
I've
investment.
I played quite a few gotcha games. Notable ones being like Fire Emblem Heroes. I played like this Danmachi like gotcha game. I also played fucking this Sky RPG. Yeah, a lot of like gotcha games that I don't really want to name off right now.
Well, you
I
don't
even
want to
tried
name
a
off the
little
weeb
bit of
names.
I even tried out a little bit of that Toho one. Didn't really like it that much.
Well, you don't like
Played
Toho?
at the City of Final Fantasy game. What is it? Oh, Mega, oh, something.
I don't know.
I don't
Is
I
it
don't know that one actually. But I do want to say like I played a gotcha game and gotcha games like what you hate most about mobile games a lot of the time in terms of like
Yeah.
In terms of like spending money, gacha games are that times I can't even give it a proper multiplier.
That's their whole thing.
Because it's just like, oh, you want to play longer? Well, give us money. Oh, you want to progress more? Give us money. Oh, do you want to get this specific waifu? Well, you gotta gamble for it, but you still gotta give us more money for more gambling time.
Yeah, you know what I
Yeah.
realize now? Gacha games are really just a very, very good gambling tactic.
Yeah, we have these very sexy PNGs that we can offer you, but give us some like $10 and we'll give you a chance to get it.
You know, they make a really good argument.
Make a really good argument.
Get a chance for the waifu you want. But I mean, it also, gacha elements in games too also hurt. Because, like,
Yeah.
Skullgirls, I would say, is mostly combat. Like, it's a mobile fighter, but you have to get, like, you have to want to get a character. You have to do some gacha shit.
I always always think that it was called gotcha games, as in because they get you to pay for things you don't really want to at first.
Yeah, no, it's called gacha, as in like an onomatopoeia for a Japanese thing.
Yeah.
It's the sound that it makes whenever you do something with like a handle that's just like gotcha.
You know,
I don't know
with
how to describe it.
the lever of like a freaking what is it called? A slot machine. God damn.
It is a thing.
And
It is
see,
the sound effect. The onomatopoeia.
like, after hearing me playing all these gacha games, you must think, oh man, this guy must have spent like thousands of dollars. Nope, I have not spent a single penny on any of these.
Which is
You haven't paid
respectable.
any money in Fire Emblem Heroes?
Okay, maybe like $10, but that was about it. Everything else, like, not even a dime.
No, I think I
You
dropped
spent a
out.
lot of time on them, though. You still have to spend a lot of time, though. That's the only like
Yeah.
thing
Yeah.
you can do to make up for
Yeah.
money in a lot of like gacha games.
I'm not as innocent. I've spent I think about $90 on Fire Emblem Heroes back when I
Holy shit.
was good playing it. Because like I had shit luck. I wasn't you or John.
Well, yeah,
I
like,
just had to buy orbs because I'm just like, listen, man, I want it.
I mean, I have shit luck sometimes too. Like, even this month, I've been having like the shittiest luck of all time, but that's a whole thing. That's a whole thing in itself. But anyway, yeah. I feel like with gacha games, like, if you want to like justify like having like me spend money on a game, your gacha system needs to be good. And when I say good, I mean like there needs to be a way in order to at least guarantee yourself to get like certain characters. Like Fire Emblem Heroes, like they didn't have it for like what, the first like 3
Yeah, they didn't have
years.
it for a while, and then they started doing the choose your.
Yeah, nah, it's like not even that. It's like if you like summon a certain amount of times on like certain banners, you can like choose like one of like the featured like heroes like on the banner after a certain amount of summons.
You can? When did this happen?
Like I think like a year ago.
Oh,
Maybe
that's way long after I've stopped.
maybe a little earlier, but I'm not sure. But I know it wasn't always a thing like for like a while, which I think that system was like long overdue.
Yeah, I would have probably kept playing if that was still going.
Well, I mean, it still is going.
No, I mean like
Like-
if it I said that completely wrong. If it was going when I was still.
Yeah, I mean, like, I really don't put more than like 30 minutes into the game each day, but like that's a different thing.
Hmm. Oh well, I do have an update available, so that supports that theory.
Anyway, is there anything else you wanted to talk about?
I mean, like I feel like
What about like used
I don't
games?
know.
How they should still be a lot cheaper and sometimes not.
I mean, I feel like older games should be cheaper in general, even ones that are like still on the market.
Yeah,
Like after a bit, their price should go down, but a lot now have just not decreased.
They've actually gone up because
No, yeah.
it's rare. And rare things are
Yeah.
more
I mean,
also-
expensive.
I mean,
Mhm.
also there's re-releases so that way you can justify a price because sometimes they put coat of paint on it and freaking add one new feature, and it's like, oh, okay, guess I gotta get this new version then, or it's re-released with a new console. Mm, mm,
Yep.
It's really scummy, because it's just like if they know someone's gonna buy it, they'll re-release it in order for you like to get more money from it.
They will, and it's
Like
annoying.
it honestly like depends. Like if it's just like a really lazy ass port with like just upscaling like the resolution and call it a day, like then yeah, I would call that scummy.
Incredibly.
Skyward Sword.
Yes,
Yes.
I agree.
I mean,
Yes.
I could probably say the same thing about 3D All Stars, and the worst thing is that they made it like a limited time thing.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
limited time like
That's
Yep.
gonna be a
events and
good.
stuff. I
That'll be a good
also
topic.
know
Fear of missing out.
limited time events, so that way they
Fucking
put pressure on
blow.
you. Yeah, limited time events, so that way they put pressure on you to spend money, so that way you can get the stuff you want in this short amount of time. Like
Yep.
they add urgency in order for it to be like, oh, you'll want this thing. Well, it's gonna be here for now, and then never come back again. You better put money into it so you can make sure you can get it.
I have no
Yeah.
idea, man. It's just terrible. I mean, I ended up buying it anyway because I love fucking Mario, but who doesn't?
I love fucking Mario too.
Well, that
Well
it
then.
came out wrong. But you know what I
That's
mean.
bad
Like,
out of
I just have a
context.
very like soft spot for like the Mario series, you know.
I
So
don't know,
like, I
man.
honestly want,
Seems kind of.
I got a
bruh.
soft spot too.
So many
No,
soft
but
spots.
Wow.
I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna stop now.
all right. Well,
So,
whatever.
there's a lot. I mean, how about we talk about? I do want to take a break now because I do want to come back in and probably talk about the price that you have to put into a game to make it. But I feel like that would be a whole separate conversation. Do we want to stop here?
Yeah, we'll take a
um,
break.
Yeah, I'm
Josh,
down.
are you good?
Yeah.
Do you want? Is there anything else you want to talk about?
Um, Not that I have anything else in mind. I guess you could just bring Phil in here if you want.
Yeah, because he's gonna come in for the next segment.
Surprise for our next guest. It's a friend of ours named Phil.
Yes,
Yeah.
Phil Swift.
He'll be in,
not him.
no, he'll be. He doesn't like
No, not
that.
him.
He doesn't like that. Phil doesn't like being called Phil Swift.
Let's call him
It
Philip.
was a
Oh yeah, I got LaRome. I'm just doing
Philette,
free sponsors real quick.
but yeah, we can go back to that later on. If
Yeah.
you're done, we can end the segment here. And
I'm
Josh,
yeah,
thank you for
I'm
being on
good.
here with
Yeah.
us for this
Yeah,
segment.
Josh. Well, great to have you. I hope you come back in the future.
Yeah, thanks for having me, man.
Of course.
Okay.
All right.
Okay, and
All
we'll
right.
see you after the break.
Yeah.
Dope.
Welcome back. With money in video games. Before we start off, we just want to say if you feel our opinions are trash, make sure to tell us in the comments. Also, like
They
if you have a
will.
feeling about PlayStation at all, because we did not mention it at all very much in the last segment, how you feel about the PlayStation online in network and their practices. We something we didn't touch on a lot, and I'd like to introduce Phil, our other guest host that we have for us today.
Don't spend money on gachas. TF2 for life.
He has
Got a point.
he likes cosmetic and loot boxes, and I understand that.
If it's not hats, I don't want it.
That's fair. Now to go on, we wanted to more talk about like the production side of games and putting money into that, which is also like pretty freaking expensive. I mean, I had to look out exactly it is for just for an indie game. It's like about 50K to 750K to produce the game to put it out. But
Man.
like for a single developer, you normally get like 50K in the development of a game, but that's just one developer and a whole team. That's just normally like how many? Like 20 if it's a small game. 20 if it's a small game.
Or like a small indie company.
For a small company or for a small game they're putting out. But like if it's AAA that has hold on, a
Probably
development team
closer
for
to like
AAA.
50 to 100 per game.
Yeah, and 50K for each person.
It's a damn shame
That's
too, because
that's
mostly
that's
they're
an
copy and
average.
pasting.
Yeah.
They have to write some
Yeah.
original code. They have to write some original code.
System that out the
But
print
yeah,
line new code.
I was gonna say, yeah, define new code.
as so in the codes, you have to like if you're making a new feature or coding in a new like, element, you have to at least make that object and put it into there and like fill out its areas in that object. You
We're
can't just like
changing the gun sound for the LMG. Make new code for that.
so first you would have to have the reference for the gun in there. Then you have to add that sound into the files itself and have it be referenced when you're when you're actually firing that gun at that time. But of course, it also has to match up with firing time. You know that could be a pain. But anyway, that's just for a developer. There's also people that have to like voice the game, like voice acting artists as well. You have to pay like so many individual people, and that's just to make the game. There's also adverts as well, like the first thing you have to see of the game. I mean, sometimes we just get like a PNG of like the title, and then we're gonna be like, new game, and that's the advert, or like they have to like film it or make it in 3D or whatever. Fucking source filmmaker, I don't care. You have to make an advert that people will be interested in, or people don't buy the game. Like
Call of Duty
how do
Vanguard,
you
the game that came out recently.
how do you feel about it? How do you feel about its ad? And it's a new
I,
hook shot that it has.
I didn't see like any ads for that game, to be honest with you.
That's fair.
Call of Duty. I feel like they don't need to advertise their game anymore.
That's fair. I mean, it's they still have to put it out there that it's being made, or else no one's gonna know.
That's true.
That's it.
Yeah,
Like,
that's
otherwise you got to hear it through the grapevine. Like,
that's fair.
There's also false advertisement in games.
oh
That's a
yeah,
False
completely different
advertisement.
you
topic.
want to talk about mobile ads,
Bro,
mobile
like,
game ads?
yes, please.
Sponsored by Raid Shadow Legends.
No,
We're not sponsored by
them.
Raid Shadow Legends. Please don't give them more publicity. I mean, having a sponsor will be later on, but ads in video games we'll see in mobile games, or oh god, I forgot that. Like for 2K or for freaking Madden, they have like ads in the game itself, so that
We
way,
also
like
got
they can make money from that.
Street Fighter 5 also has ads in the games.
They do, like you can wear the ad style, you can wear the ad style costume, so that way the companies can make money off of you just like playing the game. Of like, oh, we put freaking Coca-Cola on freaking Ryu from Street Fighter, so give
I
us
feel like
money,
some games
please.
can get away with advertising though, like NASCAR or like Forza.
Yeah, because like they literally because literally that is the feel of the game. Like they're gonna
Yeah,
have like a Coca-Cola advert in like the stadium anyway.
and then you got games like
Yeah.
Death Stranding where it's got like Mountain Dew.
Sponsored by Samsung or Sony. Freaking,
Doesn't he drink like
like
Monster or something?
I don't freaking remember. But like adverts in video games so that way they can make money. I mean like being able it's hard to think of like how sometimes like a game gets more it normally gets updates because they could still monetize a game, like whether it be through the loot box system or premium game pass. I mean, premium battle pass that I mentioned earlier. Like
Yeah.
it's
Just look at Fortnite.
developers have to have to be paid, and there has to be the company has to be getting money in order for more efforts in the game for the game to survive. Or
Right.
to give updates and change the game and to go back and be like, okay, this is worth it. That's mostly what happens in the business model of making a game. They have to consider, is it worth it? Can I pay putting in money into the game? Will it give us enough money that we can make money off of it? I
Yeah.
said money a lot.
I agree with that. You did say money a lot.
I mean, some companies like Nintendo just put out a game and don't update it any more than that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, unless they're literally one of the big hitters, you're not gonna get an update
Like
for that
Mario
game.
never gets updated.
Why would they need to update Mario, man? It's perfect. Why would
Like
they
bug
need to add
fixes,
in-
like clipping through a wall. But
Oh, did they
the
have a
new
way to
Pokemon
monetize?
game where you can literally skip the whole puzzle for the ice gym.
Wait, what?
Yeah, I
Yeah,
actually did that.
way to skip the ice ball puzzle entirely because you can move in diagonals
Yeah.
and the
Like bugs
Pokemon's
like
based
that
off
you can patch
the
out, but Nintendo just doesn't do it because they don't need to.
But
yeah, exactly. Why
Yeah.
would they put more
then
work into
no,
something
the
that they
thing
won't
is
get more money for?
there becomes the whole thing of speedrunners play the game and they use the bugs to their advantage. If they take them out,
Mm.
speedrunners are going to be unhappy.
Isn't there a
I
guy who
mean,
holds
they could
the
just find a
Mario
different
world
way.
record that can't be beaten because they patched out a glitch?
That's yeah.
I mean, then there's just glitchless runs then at that point.
There was
And
like
I feel
a glitch in one of the Mario speedruns that a lot of people abused, and now no one can beat the world record because they patched the glitch.
well, I mean, for that run with that glitch, there's gonna probably be runs now just without that glitch now.
Yeah, there is,
That
but
there's gonna be compared
you
to.
literally can't get a faster time than the world record without that glitch. And since it got patched out,
Fair enough. You'd have to go do some extra work to do that, but I feel like we're getting off the topic from money in video games.
that's true.
Yeah.
Mostly, I mean, dang, I'm getting off topic again, but I was gonna talk about how gamers can make money off of the games they play. Through Twitch and through YouTube. People being entertaining through your
Right.
gameplay. You can get money off of it. You as a gamer can make money from it,
Right.
Yeah, it's
but you also have to play a popular game and be entertaining.
not even that, just growing an audience.
It's difficult.
Yeah.
Yeah, because there's just so much content out there that it's hard to kind of grow.
And I mean, you're competing with other people. It's not you could be really good, but also you could be exactly like this other guy who came out I don't know a week before you, and they could take all the views that you could have had.
Exactly, and then there's people who just get lucky, like Dream.
Yeah.
Get spotted at the right time and then explode. But
Same
I
thing with
mean,
Ninja. He
yeah,
got spotted at the right time once Fortnite kind of first kicked off, and now look at him.
yep.
Because
Money's
before
everywhere.
that, he
Getting
was
adverts,
by far one of the worst content creators I've ever seen.
basically being known as the gamer to everyone outside of the gaming community.
Yeah, I hate that. He's a horrible representation of us.
It's because he's a horrible person.
Well, yeah, that does
Wow.
factor into
I feel like we're again getting off topic, but I do want to keep. I'm trying to keep it on money right now.
I
So,
mean,
hmm?
I was gonna say making money by playing games. It happens with Twitch mostly. donations, and then YouTube. You can also get paid to make videos on it.
Right.
I mean, like for YouTube, you need ads as well. Sometimes you can get demonetized for that, but I mean, that's why most gamers go to Twitch for that.
Or we can just get YouTube merch, baby.
YouTube merch about my gaming. But
Gaming
yeah,
creators getting
monetizing.
merch.
Yeah, I'm saying that. Yeah, I know. I'm just saying. It's wonderful that we can do that. It's what I'm mostly thinking of. Like I can start a let's play for freaking and then you'd see like people. If I worked hard enough and it worked out well, you would see people like a year later wearing merch of like my Minecraft character.
Yeah.
About to get dream
I would get
merch.
I get paid for people liking me building my wood house for the 15th time or dying to a creeper.
Hey man, merch is great. Even like companies themselves make merch.
Yeah,
That's true.
merch is good. I mean, they also have like limited edition stuff. Like there's a limited edition Master Chief soda.
Like I'm
Get
literally wearing a Dr Pepper T-shirt right now.
the
That's not a
limited
gaming company.
edition
I know it's not a
Ma-
gaming company, but
Mountain
like,
Dew.
I'm using it as an example. It's like it's a company that makes soda, but they have T-shirts.
That is true.
The limited edition Master Chief Mountain.
And that merch is also advertisement.
Yes, it is. It indeed is. I mean, there's also partnership advertisements with like food companies as well. Like I remember Taco Bell gets paired up a lot of like, oh, win a freaking PlayStation 5, do this thing. I don't even remember what it is. Or get like, or get a code from buying from one of these like proprietors and like getting a special item in game. If you do so.
I remember back in the day
Like
with McDonald's toys, I always like try to go for like the Pokemon ones.
when they sold, I remember when they sold Pokemon, like they had Pokemon cards in their hat. Maybe
Yeah, dude, that's what I would always go for.
like you could use. I remember you could actually use. I had a Pokemon. You could use Pokemon cards for. So I mean,
I always wanted my McPikachu.
I was a fan of the Charmander they gave. But anyway, back to the back to the
So
money.
where are we at right now? Like, what are we doing?
I did say I wanted to go on to like the production side,
Oh,
but I did get off track a lot, but it just did money in video games. So again,
okay.
I did want to talk about like how much money it takes to like just going into branding, which is like very difficult. Like for Xbox, PlayStation, Nintendo, they have to keep it in their colors. They have to keep it recognizable in order to know it's them.
Yeah, like
I
how
mean,
Nintendo is red, Xbox is green, and PlayStation is like blue or something.
Right.
yeah. Like, and there goes into a lot of that. Of like, if you make another Xbox, you have to have a different
Gimmick.
name for it, and it has to.
Well, you also have to have a new gimmick.
Yeah,
I don't.
RGB, the
Yeah, I
color of
mean,
true gamers.
it is the colors.
Royal Gaming Blood.
That
I mean, we can also talk about marketplaces in general. We can talk about where we can buy games like Steam or,
Can we
the
talk
other
about how
ones that
GameStop is going out of business?
again,
Shouldn't.
how it's
is
going
it
out of
going out of
business
business
again.
again?
It's not out of business yet, but I really we need to
I
support our
thought it got.
GameStops.
I don't know about that, Chief.
Hold on.
I mean, getting
I don't know.
$4 for a game I spent 60 on is not worth saving a company.
The return policy, like, oh god, the return policy is bad. I mean, like, if you try to turn something in, they do not give you a good like price for what you have.
Dude, I got
It does
$20
not.
once for like 40 games that I gave them.
Like, I feel like they should at least give you quarter price of like the original freaking price for a new one, because they can sell it back at half price for used.
Normally, what they do is they give you like half of what it would cost to resell it.
But they don't, though. That's the thing.
No, that they do. That's literally what the price it would be worth to resell, cut in half.
I've never gotten an offer of like that before, ever. Of
No,
like,
like
oh,
normally
that's
if
half.
you're like if it's a bad game, like I gave them Kirby's Epic Yarn, and they gave me I got it for like $5, so it cost like $10 for them to resell.
No, I'm talking about like when I tried to sell a console, I didn't get a good price on that at all.
No, it's normally with games. With consoles, is different because they don't resell consoles; they just sell them for parts.
I don't know. I've seen used consoles before up there. Well,
It's normally like older consoles. I don't see like
I've seen like used Switches before up there, and
really.
like, yeah, people have returned Switches, and they've resold them.
Those consoles I've seen up there are like Wii's.
Really? Jeez.
Yeah.
But I'm saying like I tried to sell a console at the time when it was the newest console because I couldn't use it anymore for other reasons, and I didn't feel like I got a good price for it. And the games that were also new with it did not get a good price with them.
Were they
Personally, I
like
feel
still in the
like
wrapping and all that?
yeah, some of them were yeah.
Hmm.
All right, you wanted me for a second? I'm sorry, I had to go and
Like
agree with. I said
I remember
I
because
liked
it was
I like GameStop.
I was saying like I personally don't like stuff. I
Why?
mean they have decent merchant. I went on a rant about it already, but the return policy is bad. I mean, used games they have their some of them shouldn't be like the prices that they are.
Hmm.
Like I remember seeing the price for like Game Boy Advance games there still being like $40, and like the DS Lite was out, and I'm like, bro, what are you? Why are you still selling this for $40?
Mm-hmm.
This is like several years old.
Nintendo games don't go down in value.
I don't know about that.
Dude, Diamond and Pearl, the original, still sell for like $30.
I know, but it shouldn't. That's my feel about it. It shouldn't be sold for $30 for a game that is now. Let me see. Hold on.
It's like 12 years old. Well, older than that,
Yes,
like
exactly.
15.
Exactly. Like why?
Because Nintendo games don't go down in value.
I don't know about that.
Why would they still be selling at regular price, like over 10 years later than they came out? Like, but they do not go down in value.
2006 is when Diamond and Pearl were released.
But so
I
15
feel like
years ago.
yes, I feel like it shouldn't be $30 if it was a game from 15 years ago.
I keep saying Nintendo games don't go down in value.
You're saying that as a joke, and I know you are.
I'm
But
not.
I'm
I'm
trying to
being
make
serious.
What do you say?
Nintendo games don't go down in value.
What?
exactly.
They
I was
go
like,
down in
if it's
they go down in value. It's just a lot slower than all the other game companies' games.
What was the original price of Super Mario Brothers when it came out?
The one that you can like play on an arcade cabinet.
The one that is like the Super Mario.
Super Mario
On the
Brothers
SNES?
Wii,
It's
uh,
probably like $5.
No, like in the 80s, the original Super Mario Brothers world or whatever.
Yeah, you're talking about Super Mario Brothers, right?
Yeah.
It was probably like $5. Because at the time, that would be probably like close to 30 or 40 now.
$25
Oh,
It's
geez.
$25 for that? Dear God.
in 1985. It was $25.
And with
Okay, in
inflation, that's much more.
1985.
Yeah, with inflation,
And
that's like
now-
$100.
Yeah, and now it's free, virtually.
Yeah.
Well, because you can
Like
emulate it.
Well, but like it's also free on almost all
But
of.
you can.
No.
But the thing is, you can emulate Diamond and Pearl as well. But that hasn't gone down in price.
Yeah, you need to.
Not
It's
a
a
lot,
matter of
anyway.
physical how it stands up over time. You
Yeah,
can't just say it's virtually
exactly.
free because you still need to buy a physical copy.
My wait, Joey, do you?
I'm not saying Diamond and Pearl should be free.
No,
I'm saying
yeah, it should
Diamond
not.
and Pearl should be less
No.
than $30.
I'm on Phil's argument where Nintendo games virtually don't go down in price. It's still super expensive to buy them no matter how many years the game has come out.
Are we talking about the originals or like remakes?
All of them.
Original.
Okay, so
Yeah.
then it's false.
Like I don't agree.
Phil's saying it
yeah,
doesn't. I'm saying virtually because there are $60 Nintendo games that are still being sold for like $60 or $50.
But $50 isn't $60.
I'm saying virtually. Phil's saying it doesn't. My
Like, you're
argument is
thinking-
different. I'm saying
Yeah.
it doesn't go down enough in price.
Nintendo
Yeah, that's what I'm
games
saying.
don't go down in value that much in comparison to like Call of Duty games.
Accurate.
Call of Duty games
Status
don't
game.
go down that far at all
Call
either.
of Duty Ghosts came out like 6 or 7 years ago.
Well, that's
It's
because it
now,
was a bad game.
But my point is like,
Well,
it's
yeah, the
like
quality of the
$20
game
now.
does affect whether it goes down or not. Quality of the game.
Also,
Battlefield.
I'm saying, despite quality, it should go down less.
It should.
The Battlefield 1 remake was $60. Now it's like 40 or 30, something like that.
What?
I feel like that seems like a decent progression. I'm saying
The Battlefield 1 remake came out like 4 years ago.
there's a new Battlefield out now though.
Yeah, and
Don't
there's
really feel insensitive
plenty of
to
new
I don't
Pokemon
really-
games that are out now in comparison to Diamond and Pearl. It was $30
Yes, but-
when it came out.
Yes, so why would I
Battlefield
play
1
Diamond and Pearl the original when I have other Pokemon games to play?
Because
because
the
they're
original are
classics.
better. The originals are better.
I've already played Diamond and Pearl. Why would I buy it again? Or
You
if I
shouldn't.
played exactly. Or
No, I'm on your
if I
side,
didn't
James.
buy it. Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. Why should I go back to buy a game that has less features, or is if there's a remake out? Why not buy the remake?
But I'm saying let's exclude that the remake exists. Like, let's go back to like a year ago when it didn't exist.
Okay.
Why would it still
play it.
cost the same? You know,
They're good games.
I don't know. I haven't played Diamond or Pearl even to emulate because it's just why would I go back and get that?
Quality games will keep their price far longer than games that suck.
I'm saying Diamond and Pearl should not be worth $30 right now. I'm okay with Platinum being $30, but Diamond and Pearl should be $20 or something.
I think $30 is
You know
fine.
what I'm saying?
More than that is wrong. I think $30 is fine, but I agree with your point.
If it's been out long enough, it should just decrease in price because there's less reason to play it anyway. Or I'm not
Yes.
going to see it as likely anyway. There should be more reason for me to buy it, with a lower price tag. It
the
shouldn't
reason
be
why it
presented
hasn't gone down in price is because people still want to play it. That's why with this remake, people are buying it like crazy.
And it's $60.
remake.
Yeah, and
It's
it's
a
the remake.
remake.
Yeah, but it's $60 for the same game that came out
Yeah.
15 years
No
ago.
game should, no remake should cost the same as its original, I believe.
No remake should cost
I
more than
feel
its
like
original.
the remake
That's
shouldn't
good.
be a carbon paste copy.
Yeah.
Like the remake is pretty much a 1-to-1 copy. There's very few differences.
I
Yeah.
feared like only the underground seems to be different, but that's still not enough.
The underground is
I've
like the
been
only major difference.
like right now I'm literally not considering it entirely to like buy diamond and like shining diamond,
If I get it for
brilliant,
Christmas, I'll be happy, but I'm not gonna buy it myself.
brilliant diamond or shining pearl. Like I'm not really interested in them, if I'm gonna be honest.
That's fair.
It's mostly a nostalgia trip game.
Like
Well, that's
the
something.
thing remakes, like this doesn't feel like when I look at it, it doesn't look like a good remake.
It's not a remake; it's a remaster or whatever the one that is that they don't change anything.
But it's
It's a
literally like
remaster.
That is a
literally
remaster.
is
Okay.
yeah, it's a remaster basically, not a remake like the other ones that have like similar names of like Fire Red to Leaf Green, Heart Gold, Soul Silver, ORES, and like at least they changed stuff in those games.
There are differences
But
in Diamond and Pearl, but like the difficulty from that game is still there.
Yeah.
I'm saying like if it's to put it out again because if it's just a remaster, then I don't think it like deserves the price tag.
It doesn't.
It shouldn't have a higher
That's the
price tag, but
thing.
because it's a Nintendo, it's going to.
Yeah, that's valid.
I'm not making the point of like it being Nintendo. I'm making the that it shouldn't be that price if it's just a
But
remaster.
I'm going back to my point of Nintendo games don't go down in value.
That's I
Like if the
you
diamond
once, but
is
I don't
now
agree with your
$30,
overall statement.
if you're gonna say that, then diamond would be 40. Like actually, it would $40 again. I think
Which
like
I
is
the
didn't say
original
it
one.
can't go up in value. I'm just saying it can't go down.
But it would have already gone down in value.
so then what about
So that
classic
would be
games that aren't made and that aren't found often that now go up in price because of how rare they
normally they like to bundle those games though. When it comes to classic games, they like to put
Like the
you know
3D
for
All Stars.
Sonic. Like for Sonic, they like to put like Sega collections in there and put all those Sonic games in there with
You also
them
got like
and put
Sonic
a new price tag
Generations.
on that. I mean, Sonic Generations is like it had a story to go with like, oh, here's some levels with a twist on them
like
and quote
Fire
unquote
Emblem,
classic.
Radiant Dawn, and Path of Radiance came out and they were standard Nintendo price on the GameCube and the Wii, and now they're both worth like to buy them. They're both worth well over $100 each to buy one. So
Yeah.
the price has gone up because the games are hard to find.
Mm-hmm. So how does that prove my point wrong?
I
I
making a
wasn't with
statement.
Mike on that proving your point wrong. I was saying like
I was just making
for
a statement.
Diamond, it definitely does go down in value since it's not a good game. It's not a good game compared to the other ones now. It's
But Mike
not
just
as
said
good
that
as
they're
other
worth
ones.
over $100.
I was just saying because of
I say they're priced over $100. I wouldn't say they're worth over $100.
I never said that the worth goes down doesn't go down. I said the price
You
doesn't go down.
no, you did actually say value.
you did.
Well,
You said value.
I meant price.
He means price. Okay, that's what we're trying to say. I
The
was trying to
price of
say it
Nintendo
shouldn't
games
be that
never go down.
price. Like it's gonna be price that the price never goes down. Is what the
Yeah,
value of it is obviously going to like I was making the point of like this isn't gonna be worth the price tag.
yeah. The price of the game never goes down.
That's what I was trying to say. Like the price of it, yeah, sure, it never goes down, but it should because its value goes
Yeah,
down.
it should. It should.
It definitely should, but it never will because it's Nintendo.
Okay, that's the point where I was arguing the entire time, like that it shouldn't be that.
I don't
Okay.
make the rules, man. Nintendo does.
I'm
Fair.
saying like a lot of gaming companies do that in general, like Call of
Call of Duty makes a new game every year, so that your games go down in price almost immediately.
Some of them that are classics are still, or considered classics, still have a decent price tag attached to them. Like Black Ops 2.
Or also has a good price.
Like if it's a classic Call of Duty game, it's not going to like go down in price, even though like
Because classic Call of Duty games had some originality to them.
yeah, fair enough. Will we consider Black Ops 2 the last original?
No, I'd say World at War.
Really, we're going that far. Okay,
I
how about
thought World
this?
at
The
War came
last
out
good
after
Call
Black Ops 2.
World at War.
Yeah. Oh, no, yeah, definitely not.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. I'm like, but
Yeah, I just thought
you're
about it.
pointing that one real far back. You're a Call of Duty purist, aren't you?
I'm thinking about it now. No, it did not come out before Black Ops 2.
Yeah, that came out in 2008, my dude. Black Ops 2 came out when? I'm gonna feel old when I look this up.
That's why
But
I
yeah,
don't look
Call
at
of Duty Black Ops 2. What the frick? Prices are crazy. I see still $50.
it. You said Resident Evil?
No, I said Black Ops 2 for $50. I'm like,
Oh, I thought
what?
you said
It came out in
Resi.
2012. No, it came out in 2012. Black Ops 2 came out in 2012. That's fair. Okay. You know what? Resident Evil. When did I haven't looked at any of the price tags for Resident
Those games go down in price almost immediately, depending on how good they are. Like, if the Resident Evil is bad, normally it doesn't last that long at high price.
Fair. Unfortunate.
I don't know. Like I feel like a game should go down $2 for every year it's been out, you know?
Should be some kind of mandate that pricing.
So like after $10, like after 10 years, it should go down in $20. You know what I'm feeling? Know what I'm saying?
But at what point does it just become free?
Like I mean, like I feel like there should be a threshold still. Like it shouldn't be completely free.
Because games that get returned and then resold they don't profit companies at that point. That profits whoever sells it.
Joey, what do you
At that
think?
point, like
Like when GameStop gets a return and then resells it, the money from that resale doesn't go to Nintendo or like Sony or whatever.
yeah,
It goes to GameStop.
yeah, I know that.
But when the
Okay,
GameStop
saying, like-
sells a game like for the 1st time,
I'm talking about like marketplace stuff, like buying it off of the Xbox or PlayStation or the Steam or the Nintendo
I see.
marketplace. Like it
Okay.
still will be like around that 50, 60, 40 like mark and doesn't go down for like a very, very, very long time.
Normally,
When it should.
during
You know what I'm
sales is
saying?
when they go down like a big amount.
yeah, like the autumn sale that's happening recently. But basically, my point or my thought process is when it comes to physical games, because really before the Xbox 360, everything was physical or you didn't have a game.
Yeah.
But there's a limited amount of supply for it, which means that as time goes on, the supply goes down, so demand gets higher, and it's just it's complicated because it's actual physical products that they get worn down, they get broken, it's not going to last forever. So when people get nostalgic for it, like they sold it and they want to get it back, demand goes up, so price goes up, and it sucks, but that's the way it happens.
That's why people
Saying,
resorted to emulating.
Exactly.
That's why I like
Emulation.
go to Yeah.
It's more.
But I'm saying,
It's your
like,
moral obligation to emulate Nintendo games.
yeah, but I'm saying, like, in terms of like demand should automatically go down for a game in general, because at one point people stop like thinking about the game. Like, I haven't yearned to play Call of Duty Black Ops 2 at all for a very, very long time, even though it's a really good game. But you know what? I freaking have it still, and I don't think like anyone else that is nostalgic has like a copy of it. Like, people that wanted it already have it. But if I like sold my copy away, and I'm like, oh, I want to rebuy this, it shouldn't be freaking $40. It should be like around like 35 or something, not like
I mean, there's still
for a game
communities
that's
based
that
around
old.
games. Like you got Toontown people who still play that game. And there's also like Club Penguin people too. Like people who had to like remake the whole system once the Club Penguin went
But it
down.
makes it hard for those communities to like flourish and like add new players if the price tag for an older game in a small community like is higher than it should be. You know what I'm saying?
But
Like,
normally,
it's
like
going to
during sales, like
deter
it
some
probably is like 80 or 90% off right now.
Yeah.
a let me see. It's 50% off right now on Steam. I look at it, it's 50% off on Steam. Let me look exactly. Oh my god, Steam, please. Why did you not save my freaking settings? Okay, 50% off on Call of Duty Black Ops right now.
Yeah, it's
It is
$30 right now.
$25. $25. Okay then.
That seems like a
$25 to buy
valid
Call of Duty.
price for Black Ops 2.
Yes, but after
Yeah,
the
that's
after
a
the
fair
sale, it's going to
price,
go
but
back up to like
to
$50,
$50.
which isn't a good price for.
For Black Ops 2.
Yeah.
Yeah, for Black Ops 2, I feel like it shouldn't be $50 on
Shouldn't even be
Steam
$30.
Marketplace.
I mean, normally people just wait for sales when stuff like that like come.
But am I gonna care by the time that sale comes?
I usually do, actually, because I always add it to the check it. And I only add things if I want them.
Like the original Disgaea is currently $4, and it's
Yeah.
normally 20.
I'm not saying like the current game. I'm saying like older games that had other iterations or
Yeah, the original
sequels. Or
Disgaea is like from like the
oh
1990s.
wait, no, I thought you said the current decided, not the original. Sorry.
Yeah, the original Disgaea is currently $4 when it's on sale, but it's normally 20.
$20 seems like a good price though. I'm saying like a a game, even though it's good, after like almost 10 years, I feel like it shouldn't be $50. Regardless of like if there's a sale going on. I feel like it should have gone down and like the price should have went down.
It just depends on the popularity of the game too.
That's true.
Like clearly Black Ops 2 is still popular enough to have that kind of price tag.
Clearly, like let me see if anyone's downloaded. Well, actually, can I see the current sales? Hold on. Can I see current sales for this game? Hold on. Give me a minute. And I can't see it.
For what game?
Wonderful. For Black Ops 2, I'm saying a Black Ops 2 for right. Like recent sales of Black Ops 2. That's what I'm looking for.
No, I don't know if you can see that.
Fair enough.
I mean, from the over 12,000 ratings, though, it's very positive reviews.
Well, it's a historic. Well, I don't want to say historic. It was a really good shooter for the time, and it's just been kind of copied.
I will actually say historic because preservation of video games is also an important thing. Because some old games have a lot of great systems that were lost to time that just don't work anymore. And
It's true.
preserving them is very important. And so spending that kind of money is kind of necessary for some people in their minds. In their
Game
minds.
history, you mean?
Yeah, for preserving history, because I know the companies aren't doing that themselves.
Say that again.
Well, that's the community itself. They're just, that's it. That's the community itself.
And the
though,
community
rather than-
decides the prices, so the prices go up. Because as it gets older, it gets more rare, and yeah, it's weird.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's rare, but there's also less people that care about it as time goes on. As time goes on, there will be no one that knows or cares about Call of Duty Black.
I disagree with you.
I'm saying that literally as there will be a time when everyone that used to play Call of Duty Black Ops 2 would have died
Well, yeah,
and
but
will not pick it up again.
I don't think that a game like Call of Duty 2 will ever not be played while humanity still cares about video games.
I don't know about that. I don't know about that. I feel like the game will eventually be dead and lost to time. Because eventually one of us will stop talking about it and no one will pick it up. That's my feeling on it.
Well, with the internet and
It's
whatnot,
not gonna be like it's not gonna be like, oh, Grandpa talked to me about this cool game called Call of Duty Black Ops 2. I guess I'll spawn it and pick it up. Let me just boot up this preserved Xbox 360 that he has in his freaking basement, and let me hook it up to this TV that no longer works and play some Black Ops 2.
As long as there's
Oh man,
fans
it's
out
taking a
there, stuff like that could happen. I mean,
look at how long Mario's last. Now, granted, Mario's not Call of Duty, but
I'm saying one game.
but like people still bring back like the original Mario games from like the 8-bit times. You also got the like 16-bit Sonics.
Yeah, there are still hundreds of people speedrunning the original Super Mario and Super Mario 64, and there's other people are still
But those
playing
are
Melee.
classic.
Yeah.
But those
Yeah,
are
but
classics.
Black
I'm
Ops
saying,
2 will
would
end
you
up being a
consider Black
classic
Ops 2
eventually.
I would actually consider Black Ops 2 a classic. It's a classic in its own right.
Like it will be a classic eventually.
No, I'd say it's a classic right
we'll have,
now. People still go back
I
to
don't
it and
know.
play zombies together.
this is true.
No, man. I can't properly say that without the test of time showing it.
Well, yeah, but we can't properly say that anything will be here in the future without the
Exactly,
test of
that's what
time.
I'm...
It's all about, I think it's a classic right now. And yeah.
But it being a classic doesn't justify a $50 price tag.
Oh, no, it doesn't. Same with Super Mario Brothers. Same with Mario 64. It does not just... The 3D collection...
It being a
does not
classic, I feel, doesn't allow it to be $50.
Yeah.
It allows it to have a fair price tag for it being a quality game, not like this extreme price tag of $50 for something that doesn't look like it's going to go even back to the developers anymore, just to line the pockets of the company that now owns the IP.
But like look at like Mario 3D All Stars. It's literally just the 3 original games in one game with like minor changes to them.
Well, that's what people wanted.
Yeah, but I feel like people would want a Black Ops 2 remake.
That's fair.
Well, or like remaster, I guess is what it would be. Or like a bundle collection of the first Black Ops games, like maybe like 1, 2, and 3.
I think they already made. Did they make a Black Ops bundle? I feel like they did.
Maybe.
I could be wrong.
Yeah. Because
Of course, I could easily be wrong.
I
There was a
mean,
Black Ops 1 and 2 bundle. That is a thing. Okay, but there wasn't one after that. That's what I'm thinking of. Black Ops 1 and 2 bundle. But I don't know, man. I don't think it will like last that long for it. You know.
I mean, like I
I feel
said,
like
as
it'll
long
be
as there's a
overshadowed by
community
new
for
ones.
it, as long as
There's a
they've got a
community
community
for it.
there will always be a time where the game is wanted. If the new ones keep ending up being like garbage, then the people are gonna keep going back to the older ones.
But if they're good, then they won't go back to those ones. I feel, and I still
Like, they
again,
haven't made a good one
it's
yet,
not
though.
like I'm like, oh, this shouldn't get a community or like, it's not going to have one. I'm saying like it doesn't help those communities. It doesn't help someone that would want to go back there if it is $50. If I lost my copy of Call of Duty Black Ops 2, I'm not gonna go buy it now if it's $50.
I mean, you could probably find it on like a website like G2A or something, or even GameStop, like reselling for like cheaper.
Yes, but I'm saying that, but I'm not saying I'm saying it shouldn't be $50 like as a main seller. I know I can find it cheaper somewhere else. I'm not saying that just is the only option to go buy it on the marketplace. I'm saying it shouldn't be like that anywhere. I'm saying the price shouldn't be like that anywhere. They just should know to lower it after a time, so that anyone can be like, okay, this is where the game is. This is where I can buy it. This is how I can get it for this price. You know?
I mean, companies just want to make money. That's what it all leads back to. The easiest way to make money is to have their games cost more, even if it is an older game.
But I feel like they would make more money if it was actually like lowered. Because
That's
my demand for Call of Duty is not like high enough
my
for
demand
me
for
to
Call of
buy it
Duty
right
does
now.
not exist.
My demand for Call of Duty does not meet that to like buy it.
Just because
If
yours
it was
doesn't mean other people do.
but it would be less. It's less people.
I wouldn't be so sure about that. It wouldn't be $50 if it wasn't good. If people weren't buying
Feel
the game, it wouldn't be $50.
I feel like they would get more people to buy it
I
if it
feel
was
like
at lower
cheaper.
price.
I feel like that. Yeah, no, that's exactly what I was gonna say. More would buy it if it was cheaper, therefore earning more money.
But clearly, people are still buying it, or it wouldn't cost $50.
But okay, Phil. But yes, but at the same time, there are still people that don't want to buy because of the price tag, and those people wouldn't have reason to do that, and it would add up to more money. So I'm confused as to what the disagreement is, actually, or if you guys are just stating points.
I'm just like
I don't know,
stating
man. Economics is weird.
economics is weird.
Because I'm gonna be honest. I zoned out for about 5-6 minutes while I was eating. Kind
Fair enough.
of missed a bit. I'm just kind of like, did I miss something that they were arguing about, or did they finish, or am I just dumb?
I'm saying like there's gonna be people that also think like me that don't want to buy the game because it's that price.
I am.
Meanwhile, you could have gotten more people to buy the game if it was a lower price.
Yes.
I
Normally, what
feel
the
like its
external
current price is not its value.
and
Its
that's
current price
normally
is
why
not its
people
value. It's
like
not
go
worth it.
out to external sources like Humble Bundle or something. That's normally why those websites exist to begin with, is to get games for cheaper.
Yeah, but I'm not. My point is that it shouldn't be. You shouldn't have to go to like a separate website for that.
You shouldn't have to, but they have to exist for some reason.
I'm not denying their existence. I'm just saying.
No, I'm
it
not
shouldn't
saying
be
you are.
like-
I'm saying like they have to exist for some reason, and that reason is games costing so much.
Exactly. They're not worth it, and that's why those sites exist. There's people like me that feel like, yeah, that game shouldn't be at that price. I think we should take a break here. This
Absolutely.
it's been an hour now.
Yeah. So we'll take a break right now, and we'll see you after we're done. It's just gonna be like a couple seconds.
Phil, thank you for joining us for this.
Phil,
section.
that was awesome. That was great. Really good inputs.
Yeah.
Hope to have you back in the future, and maybe a little less of the economics talk, or things that we can get more pumped.
All hail our TF2 overlords. All hail the heads.
Big
Okay, so that's a good time to pause. So I'm pausing
Yes,
right
yeah.
now. Welcome back. We are back from our, well, 2/3 of us food break, but yeah, we're back.
Yeah.
It was a long break for us, but it was probably a couple seconds for you guys.
Yeah, pretty much. I ate half a pizza.
I had a double-decker turkey salad sandwich.
I got a rock. Go back. Go for it. You want to talk about accessories?
Yes, since a big thing about video gaming with money, at least for me in my life, is accessories. There
Right.
are additional things that you can buy to make your life easier, more comfortable, or just give you a more authentic experience. An example of that being fight sticks, which most of the time people would say is just a luxury or just comfort. People who are used to arcades, they use them because they're more comfortable with them. Plus, I mean, instead of having like a D-pad and then buttons that... instead of making it weird finger movements that you don't really use, it's more lateral with more arm movements instead of finger. So it gives you less cramps and the sort.
Getting a special controller in order to like improve your gaming experience.
Yes.
I mean, like it's worth the money for you. I mean, I wouldn't put a purchase towards it because I don't need it and I don't have that specific thing. I mean,
Yeah.
like,
And for some people,
it's like buying. Yeah, I mean, fair enough.
Yeah,
I mean,
for some
like
people,
buying a gaming chair.
Yeah. It's comfort, or for some people, it's accessibility. Some people can't use certain chairs because they may have
Their back.
back problem, other body problems that cause them pain that they just can't use them. And for some people, it's a matter of using a controller for too long can cause physical pain. In fact, there's this one Melee player I know called Hacks who played using a GameCube controller for years and started to get rheumatoid arthritis in his hands.
Oof.
Yeah, so he had to go to the doctor and come up with a new controller to actually play the game that he loved. So
Medical expenses for gaming as well, though.
Yeah.
You need to pay a hospital bill for cramping up and also for, arthritis.
Yeah, with gaming, you don't just spend money on it. You spend time, you spend energy.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, and the thing is with games, it's not just buying the console, buying the game. There's also the TV that you have to put into account, the electricity bill, going like very general, and then there's the controllers that you use. Who's to say?
Light if you want it.
Yeah. And who's to say you have the cables to charge your controller or plug it in, or other stuff? It's a lot of different things, and with controllers, that's a majority of it. Like, not only with fight sticks and regular controllers like the Xbox One or Xbox controller, PlayStation, Switch Pro.
Yeah,
In fact,
like
Switch
what
is
if I want another what if I want to buy another controller so someone else can play with me?
Or so I can actually play the game without Joy-Con drift.
Exactly.
And each pair of Joy-Con is $80.
Dear
Why?
God, yeah, I forgot about that.
And
Just gonna buy an off-brand.
yeah, just buy off-brand stuff, but you're still buying it. It's still money that you're putting into.
Yeah,
And
that I
then
have to
yeah,
that I have to put in to play my video games.
yes, and
Can't
then
just
yeah, can't just get a controller with everything. It's just
a universal controller though for everything would be nice.
well, I mean, there are those Switch things, or no, they're the like
Yeah,
USB devices that let you use any controller anywhere, but it's still like $40. Bless
yeah.
you.
I remember you
Sneeze.
actually had a fight stick for that connected to a
Yeah,
lot of consoles that you
yeah,
brought in before.
I got the USB stick thing, and it let me use them anywhere because it was a converter. Yeah,
I mean, that's
which is
pretty
another
convenient.
accessory if in case you like a controller on one system more than another, but it's all about preference with controllers.
Fair enough.
And for some controllers or accessories, it's about just realism. Being immersed in the game, like with racing wheels. There's a reason why they exist. There's a reason why they're expensive as well, but it's
I mean, playing Mario Kart without the wheel though, come on. You
The
need
Wii
the
wheel's the
wheel.
best.
I'm using tilt controls. Oh, and then there's actually other stuff, other
I mean, there's
accessories that are
padding as
yeah.
there's padding on controllers as well.
There's
I
padding on
mean,
controllers. There's specific
there's
controllers that have cooling.
there's like an Xbox accessible like gaming device as well too.
Yeah,
Like that's
the one that you can plug in all those paddles and whatever you're comfortable with. It's all accessible.
exactly.
In fact, I'd say
Like, but
Xbox
you
is
do
the
have to
most.
buy it.
Yeah, you do have to buy it. It's just Xbox has a lot of software to help you with that and tutorials and videos. And not only
Don't get me
that,
started on Xbox,
Screen.
man.
They have
no,
narrators.
I'm
I mean, they do a
explaining.
lot of stuff to help you like have accessibility. Like yeah, you
Yes,
can map stuff to different stuff and like it's easier for someone that like who has trouble using a regular controller.
there's even a
They have something another opportunity.
there's even a co-pilot mode which lets you use two controllers as one in case someone needs to use one controller for one hand, one for the other, or they don't have hands in some people's cases, in which case they need to like do whatever. And then there's also like little kids who don't know exactly what to do. So have one person do the main things and then have the little kid do the minor inputs to make them feel like they're
Doing
contributing.
something.
Yes. I know it's a little condescending, but there are kids who don't know how to play games. They
Yeah,
they just know touch
true.
screen with the iPad, with the iPhone. You got
And they
games
think
on
we
your
come
phone?
out the they think we come out the pussy knowing how to play games.
Of course, you have to. You had to make that reference.
Of course, you had to. Yeah, wow.
Wow.
You think I know how to play gaming as soon as I come out of the womb? No, I had to freaking be the.
You
I
think
had to
you
go over
think
to my neighbor's house.
Oh god.
you think I came out the pussy drawing fucking Mozart?
Yeah. Yeah. No,
Oh man.
I had to go over to my neighbor's house who knew how to like play Smash Melee.
Yeah. Who knew how
Was
to L
just like
cancel?
how I'm like, what is this? Is that Pikachu? I like Pikachu. I gotta play him.
Oh wow,
Oh
Roy's my
man.
favorite character. I wonder if he's any good.
Uh,
Yeah. But
but like, you, has to be progress, and you have to like put time and money into a game to actually get good at it too.
yeah. And actually,
That's it. Yeah.
I was gonna say most recent development in terms of money is whether you put it towards physical or digital games.
Oh yeah. That's also a thing. I mean, like, you also have to buy a separate console for freaking
You know,
PlayStation if you want
they're
like a
PC
digital.
yeah, they're PC exclusives, they're Xbox exclusives. Nintendo's the most infamous with their
Just,
exclusives, and there are
yeah.
PlayStation exclusives, and it's all a matter of if you want to play this genre of game, you go on this one. If you want to play the next one, go on the other one.
Some people also like the controller, and that decides for them, and that's understandable.
Yes, and there's also, going back to physical versus digital, some games or some consoles have an inherent like downgrade with physical, because Steam, there is no physical, or physical is really hard to come by. PlayStation, you have to download the game anyway, so you still have to worry about storage.
I can get the only thing physical is Steam controller.
I'm talking about games.
But I had to buy that, so
I'm talking about games physically.
I mean, controls are part of the game, and it can't exclude that.
Well, yeah, the controls are a very important thing, but
Yeah.
what you play them on is also really.
Yeah. I'm just saying, with Xbox and PlayStation, you have to download the disc that you have anyway to take advantage, or not even to take advantage, it's just because they want you to download the whole thing.
The digital.
Yes.
Fair
so
enough.
The most convenient option is probably digital, except wait, no, you have to pay for storage anyway. Either way you're going.
Yeah, paying for storage I have a 2 terabyte external drive for one of my consoles, and I'm like, I need this in order to store my digital games, because I am not getting a physical copy that I have to wait for, go out for. And it's much more easy to just be like, okay, I'm installing it on here, it's all over.
The only thing is,
getting a physical copy of it.
The only thing with physical versus digital is later down the line, physical, it keeps its value because it can be resold, or it goes up in price.
I don't know about that. I don't know about that for physical keeping its price. Mostly because it could get scratched and damaged.
Yes, I know, but
just from wear and tear.
Is you can play it later down the line if you don't have the account, or you can sell it for some of the money that you put into it. Whereas digital, you can't sell the account without giving away your information. And with digital, it's all or nothing.
We're selling it fine.
Yes.
We're selling it fine, but my digital copy is less likely to be corrupted than me accidentally dropping my disc, never being able to play the game again.
Yes, but then the servers go down, which is more likely than you'd think, because Nintendo servers went down.
That's only. I'm saying if you keep that on your cloud save, but if you have an external drive or you have it on your hard drive, then no, I'm going to have that copy forever.
No, what if the hard drive breaks down? What if you need to get a new hard drive?
My hard drive is a lot more sturdy than a freaking disc, though.
Do you ever have a hard drive corrupt? It's pretty. That's why people tell you.
Backup, though. That's the thing.
You have a backup?
That's true.
Yes, I have a backup for my external drive. I can easily back up my external drive and have it ready in save files, back it up every month.
I don't.
It's safer that way. But I can't back up my freaking disc. I haven't had to buy another freaking copy.
Actually, you can back up your disc, but it's kind of a legal gray area.
If my little sister accidentally freaking uses it by accident, freaking CD player that's just I wonder what this does, and puts it in upside down and gets jammed in there. I'm not getting that back. Meanwhile, I have Call of Duty Black Ops 2 installed on my external drive that I could just have backed up somewhere else on another external drive and be like, well, I got this forever now.
Okay, you're a lot smarter than me. You actually back up your stuff.
I always back it up.
It's possible. It's possible. I have I have my WWE 2K13 saved on one of my old computer that I can always access.
WWE 2K13.
Yeah.
It's not 2K13.
You see, I have the ability to. It's just if I wanted to back up everything for every one of my consoles, if I wanted it separate, how many hard drives would I have to get? If I wanted it on one thing, how big would that hard drive have to be?
How many discs would you have to protect, though? If I had
I have over 1,000 games. It's an actual problem for me. I have over 1,000 games.
For instance, I can upload my games to a cloud save, and keep them safe there. If something were to happen, like if a freaking hurricane hit my house, that means I would lose everything that was physical here. I can upload all my games into the cloud. I don't have to like buy them again, or like I can just keep them safe there, you know?
And that's the convenience part
And
of
I
it.
don't have to make the purchase.
But what happens when the servers go down and your hard drive goes bad?
Well, then
That's like a 1-2 that I really don't think would. I know I'm unlucky, but I don't. Both of those would happen around the same time. That I wouldn't be. Oh, okay then.
Well, not right
At that
now,
point,
but
the
later
world-
down
at
in the
that point-
line.
I'm saying at that point, if both of those things happen at the same time, the world just hates me. That's very unlikely for both of those to happen at exactly the same time. You know.
That's
Yeah.
fair.
But then there's the other
Like,
aspect
at
of
that point, I deserve to lose them. If I'm like, dang, my hard drive is bad. That's just one day. Both of my copies are bad, and the servers got fricked. I can't play my Call of Duty Black Ops 2 that has all the freaking golden guns on it. Guess I'm.
okay, you
Guess
bring up
I'm
a good
just
argument.
fucked.
But here's another argument. My physical games look amazing on the shelf that they're on.
But you had to buy the shelf in order to freaking support all that. Me, I just buy an external drive that
Yes.
already has like 2 terabytes on it. I'm just like, dude, I don't need to worry about anything.
Yes, but
Your
if you want,
library of games looks different from my library of games.
yes,
I can carry around my library with every. You need a freaking forklift.
yeah, that's true. It is a pain to move around.
You do have a lot.
I do have a lot. In fact, just my amiibo collection is a pain to move around, let alone my consoles and my games. And what about the TV to play them on? And
Dude,
what about the memory cards and the hard drives?
Why do I need a memory card again? The memory terabyte on my
GameCube.
freaking drive.
What about
It's
the
on my drive.
legacy stuff? Like
Legacy
GameCube,
stuff.
GameCube,
Fair
PlayStation,
enough. You know what?
PlayStation 2.
Fair. I can't convert all of them into like complete and utter memory because that would be completely impossible because older games don't have like unless I get a digital copy of them that was remade for me to get, I can't play them. And you know what? Fair. I can't do anything about those. But then again, I would have to repurchase those anyways if those went bad.
Yeah. I do have a question for you, though. What about Pokemon games?
Pokemon emulation? What about them?
What about when you want to trade them up to your more recent games? How do you do that with emulation? It takes a while.
What are you talking about? We have Pokemon Home now.
I mean, how do you get the Pokemon from your emulated game to Pokemon Home?
Cheap.
Dude, like seriously, I don't have to. If I have it on emulation, again, just slap them in the cloud. I don't fucking care at that point.
Oof.
Listen. I can keep an emulated game on my computer or slap it into my Google Drive to open up 9 years later, save file and everything. Oh, hi there, frickin' Dumpling, my Pikachu. It's been frickin' 5 years. Didn't know you were stuck in my Google Drive. Well, time to play this game again.
Okay, coming from me, I'm like a completionist. I gotta catch them all and have like a full living deck, so it's a different situation. I don't consider emulators for Pokemon games like legitimate, which is weird coming from the pirate and emulator.
Listen, I don't know how it would be. I mean, I guess I can't put them on other games, but that doesn't bother me too much because I can still like make a full dex on those emulations if I try hard enough.
Yeah.
And then I can just have them saved forever in the cloud, and I don't have to make the purchase of buying the game again.
That's fair.
And plus, you can make a complete and utter copy of a real game and slap it in your computer. There's a way to do it. I just don't bother. I just haven't done it.
Also, it takes money to do it, or if not money, then time, which is
Yeah, that's true.
Another.
The conversion for money, time.
Yes. Yes, your time is money, and how you spend it is how you want to spend it, or maybe not, but you need the money, so it's a trade-off.
But I'm saying this now, like I
Money can be
wait.
exchanged for goods and services.
Yes, that's indeed the concept of money, and for video games being a it is of course there's of course going to be money involved, and there's going to be multiple different ways that money is going to be involved in production, in consuming, in getting accessories. It's just
Just don't
there's
use
a
the wrong
lot. There's a lot
definition
of
of it.
aspects.
Don't use the wrong definition of consumption, or your Switch cartridge will have saliva on it.
Don't eat your Switch cartridge, please.
It's bitter.
That
Please
costs a
don't.
lot of money, and it does
Oh.
not taste good.
Don't eat
It
this.
is bitter.
Don't eat it.
I don't eat it.
I don't eat it.
Okay. So, how about prices for consoles, including their like different versions of them? Like your PS4 and your PS4 Pro, your Switch and your Switch Lite, your Xbox 360 One, your Xbox One X, your Xbox One S, whatever the hell that, and their different prices. How do you feel about them?
How do I feel about the Xbox One price and the Xbox what?
Xbox
One
One
X,
versus
Xbox One S.
Xbox One versus One X versus One S.
What's the price difference?
The Xbox One original is like $300. Xbox One S is like $200. Xbox One X is like 500 or 400, whatever it was.
It's basically normally it's the bigger price tag is normally that they can play or higher resolutions or bigger graphics mostly now.
Yeah.
Or when it comes to different versions of them, like Switch and Switch Lite, like you can't. Switch Lite doesn't even have Joy Cons. It's just like the whole. It's just a Wii U pad.
Yeah. And a bad one of that
It's
because the
just a
joysticks
Wii
can
U pad.
drift. The joysticks can drift and you
Exactly.
can't replace them easily.
It's supposed to be like a lighter version. I mean, it's a lighter version of Switch, but I mean, why even make it? You know?
So that people can have a portable only cheaper option.
That's true.
But
I don't
a
like it.
portable only cheaper option, like, but
It gives people more options. There's the cheaper version that lets more people play it in a more comfortable way, and then there's the more expensive ones for the people who actually care about the higher performance and getting everything they can out of the game that they have. Like me, I bought a Series X despite having multiple Xbox Ones because I want to play the games at the best resolution and the best frame rate that I can.
fair enough.
Fair.
Fair enough.
Also,
I think you're a scumbag for it, but fair. No, I'm just kidding.
Also,
Wow.
excuse me. Also, with the Halo games, if you're wanting to get all the achievements, sometimes the best way to do something is just to have multiple Xboxes and just grinding for it that way and like boosting.
Getting multiple. I don't even want to talk about getting multiple consoles. Goodness.
I'm actually considering asking my parents
But I
for a Switch
probably
OLED for
should.
Christmas.
But I probably should talk about it, shouldn't we?
Yeah.
It is expensive being a gamer. You
It
have
is very
to
Dude.
expensive.
Oh my god.
several console. You have to own several consoles if you want to be able to do everything. Like either you have to choose like one of them, or you had to save up forever and get. Like I got both of my consoles. Like I have the Switch and Xbox One both as gifts. I did not pay for them because they were too expensive. I waited like year out. I got one for my birthday and one for Christmas, and those were my only gifts for both of those ones because those things are expensive.
They are incredibly expensive.
I am not like planning on buying another console because I just can't. It's a lot, especially like on release. It's just like dear God. Like for the PS5, I'm not gonna be able to get that until the PS6 is out. Dear God.
Yeah.
I want to play the Spider-Mans. I want to play the new Arkham game that's gonna come out. Yeah, I just want to like play some anime video games on there. But you know what? I don't have enough money to like slap down for a PS5 currently.
Yeah,
That's
because
true.
different
I'm
people
not
are.
interested in one yet because there's not enough games on it.
Yeah, and I just got it because FOMO, FOMO,
Like,
and wanting the best performance.
I can't do that. I can't.
Yeah,
Not
different
right now,
people.
anyway.
Different people have different opportunities based on what they have. Because the thing is, I can't do that right now because I did that in the past. I don't have a job. I'm not actually getting money. I have to rely on my family members.
I'm in graduate school right now, and I'm between jobs,
I
so money is tight. So
I'm
yeah,
in
no,
my senior year of college, and I have a lot of things to do. Gaming really just ruins my financial.
yeah, gate. It's a very expensive hobby.
Yes.
Arguably
God
one of the
forbid
most
you get in.
expensive.
Yes, yes. I mean, God forbid something breaks or something new. Because like I remember, I did not have a, I did not own this for. I did not. There was a time I did, like when this Wii U was out. When the Wii U, the PS4, and the Xbox One were out, I did not own either of them. I did not own any of them because I was just. That's when I started college, and I'm just like, I can't pay for any of this ever.
Yeah.
I have no money.
And
Dear
I
God.
just
kid,
lived in a household that allowed me to do that because um my family's pretty
I
well
got a
off.
job, and it's still hard.
Yeah.
I got a job and I still couldn't do it. No
Yeah.
Gaming's expensive,
apartment,
especially
Yeah.
when people like
apartment,
Nintendo make you pay
food.
for $50 for a thing that doesn't even make it. No, I already went off. Is there anything else we got? I feel
I
like we're
mean,
kind
there's also we could talk about magazine subscriptions, like Game Informer.
Oh
that's
God, that
still a thing.
it is.
Yes, it's still a thing.
Shocking.
I mean, it is a thing that some people buy in order to like get information, you know, for an upcoming game.
Despite
For
the
people that watch
the
gaming events,
yeah,
Say, why
despite
don't they
the
just
internet
fucking
being
use the internet?
yeah.
just use the. We can't tell them. Put them out like we did the newspaper, but we.
Oh yeah, an internet subscription. That's something you need too, because there's like the internet bill for like Game Pass or not Game Pass, but Gold for playing online or PS Plus or the Nintendo one, which is.
Hmm.
But not only
Nintendo
that, but you actually
Online.
have to pay for internet itself from like ISPs,
Or
internet service
there's games
providers.
with their own or there's games with their own subscription that you have
Yeah,
to like. I think DC Online had its own one
Final
in order to
Fantasy
play it.
14 does. Yes, you can play for
Yeah,
free, but that's not how it was in the beginning. A lot of MMORPGs have that kind of business practice.
you have pay to a subscription to you have to pay a monthly subscription or yearly one in order to actually play the game.
Yes.
I'm I mm, mm, I mean, if it has constant updates and stuff, sure, I'm fine with it. But if it's one of those that they just put out and then don't touch, I'm like, just give me the solid first price. I'll pay the upfront $60 and then like I have it forever at that point.
Yeah,
But they're not gonna do that.
it's different business models. It's paying one price for the
Pay
game.
to play.
Pay to yeah,
We didn't talk about pay to play. We talked about free to play.
yeah.
Like how they have separate like ways for you to freaking play the game. I mean, like to play you can pay to play the game for free, but to have like a separate thing on the side and makes them earn money like loot boxes and battle pass. I touched on that for a little bit, But pay to play is just like, okay, just pay the subscription and then you have access to everything. And you know what? Fair enough.
Yeah.
I mean, pay to play at least is upfront about it. Like, give us money, please, instead of like using kind of cheesy means. Ooh, you want this new shiny color, freaking Halo Infinite character? Better hurry up now or get it. Oh, I wonder what would be the easiest way for you to get this. Let me see your wallet real quick.
Yeah. You can pay to just skip the whole battle pass because
I
people.
I say this even though like I completed like my weeklies for Halo Infinite today,
I still haven't.
but I didn't pay it. I didn't pay it at all through like time and effort, and it was a pain in the ass.
You see, what I did is I have the premium battle pass, but that's just because I did the little bullshit like Game Pass thing where you get enough points accrued and then you can get like a $10 Xbox thing. So I technically didn't pay
Yeah.
for it despite paying for it.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yes.
I mean, I couldn't do that too, but I kind of don't want to.
That's
I mean,
fair.
you can get the good actual cosmetic, like for the standard battle pass for Halo right now. There's a bunch of like very like small cosmetics that you can get. Like you can earn them and like you get colors and stuff, and that's fine. Or you can earn them through your weekly.
But then
Or you
a
can
majority of them you have to have the premium battle pass, like the
yes,
level
yes.
99 and 100 like flame things, which used to be achievement
The flame
awards.
skull
Yeah.
or your flame body. You have to get on the premium battle pass.
Yeah. It's kind of bullshit. Even I
Or
agree and
like
I
even
paid for it.
yeah, you bought it. He didn't actually pay for it, but he put money toward that he
Yes.
could have put towards something else.
I put my time towards it. Time and
I mean,
hypothetical money.
hypothetical money that you were given to free for Game Pass reward. But anyway, what else do we want to talk about in terms of gaming and money? I kind of like
I think we've gotten
went off
just about
there.
everything.
Yeah.
Did we? I just want to make sure. Well, I mean, if we did miss anything, you could tell us in the comments
Of course.
and be like, "Hey, you missed this very obvious thing, dummy.
Hey, you
Here's
forgot
my
about the
one paragraph essay why I'm better than you."
yeah, hey, you forgot about the promotional GameStop gift card, or not gift card, but like credit cards. It's
The
like
Power Up Gamer stuff. I remember that. Power Up membership, whatever.
yeah, memberships to get
The
exclusives.
Power Rewards cards. Well, I mean,
Wow.
events also, so that way, like remember like Pokemon events where you had to go. Well, I mean, they're still going. Pokemon events.
I
You had to
mean,
go into GameStop to get it, so that way, it's a collaboration event, so that way you actually spend money at GameStop. But mostly people just go into GameStop just to get their free Pokemon and leave.
or it's other things where you actually have to pay to go into a venue to then get like
Oh,
whatever it is to get like the event Arceus or event Shiny Lugia or something. Or the only way to
I've
get
never.
like the Latios, whatever it is, the pass. I forget. There's a
I
lot of
remember having.
events where it's either go into GameStop and do this or go to watch a movie.
It used to also be. It also used to be Toys R Us when that was still around.
Toys
Yeah.
R Us. Oh my god.
Yes, because games are considered toys.
I remember when Toys R Us
I
had.
remember.
I remember when
Go
Toys R
ahead.
Us existed.
Yeah.
I remember when I was playing Shadow XD Pokemon on forget what it's called. Pokemon XD
Gale of Darkness.
and
Or
freaking yeah,
Coliseum.
Gale of Darkness. Gale of Darkness. I
Okay.
remember when that was like in the Toys R Us, and I was like,
It
man,
it
this
all
would be a
comes back
cool
to
game to get.
Pokemon.
Listen, it's always gonna come back to Pokemon because I talk about it a lot. One of my
In fact,
personal
I've been
favorites.
playing Pokemon this entire time.
No,
Oh no,
no,
plot twist. Except it was completely
no.
predicted.
It was completely predictable. I wasn't playing Pokemon.
Uh,
If I was, I wouldn't be this angry. But anyway,
yeah.
my blood pressure wouldn't be this. But anyway, taking my medicine. Anyway, I remember fuck, where I was going with that. We're talking about
Events with Pokemon.
events, and you have to go
events.
into the venue. And normally, when you go into the it's mostly to raise to get money out of the venues. Like basically, oh, you got to stop in here, maybe buy a game from the venue or something. It gets you in the door for the store, so you have to spend money there.
Yeah.
Like promotions. I remember when Oreo just recently, going back to Pokemon again,
Oh god.
made a promotion with Pokemon in order to sell more. But that's also a freaking advertisement for Pokemon.
It really is. And then there's the Mew Oreo that sold for how many thousands of dollars was it?
I don't.
It's so stupid.
I don't remember.
Gamers are kind of stupid. Being a gamer.
I mean, yeah.
Being a gamer, I'd say gamers are kind of stupid.
You gotta be. I mean,
you're gonna get some hate for that.
Yeah, I am. I'm still gonna stand by it. I don't care.
I agree with you, though.
we have some. We're dumb in certain ways, and we're smart in certain ways.
Yes. I am.
Let's
I can
say
remember every single character from Smash Brothers, any series, and when they were involved. Who's the second president of the United States?
Do you actually not know?
John Adams.
I actually
Yeah.
don't know. I'm making a
John
reference, but then I realized, wait, I actually don't know.
Oh my god.
It's John Adams.
It's
It's
John
Thomas
Adams. Thomas Jefferson, John Quincy Adams.
I do
James-
know that Benjamin Franklin is not a president of the United
He
States.
is not. That is true.
Yes, I know that.
Alexander Hamilton.
Alabama Hammerman.
What the fuck?
But anyway.
Okay, I think we're just getting loopy at this point. We might as
No,
well.
that's a thing. What? You've never heard that?
No, I know.
Okay.
I'm just saying, we're getting loopy.
But yeah, you're gonna have to put down a lot of Benjamins and Alexander Hamilton. The video games.
Lou, if you're watching this, just I'll be impressed if you don't, but just copy and paste favorite Hamilton. Because I know you're watching this.
Yo, my favorite version of Hamilton is the Hamilton Polka by Weird Al.
Good.
It's actually the only version I've actually seen the whole thing of. So.
But yeah, I think we're good here. Then we want to stop for now.
We're going off on extreme tangents, further than Pokemon. That's how we know it's time to stop.
Yeah.
Pokemon isn't a tangent; it's a video game, and if I can put money in, talk about it.
We should call this podcast.
Topic, I will.
We should call this podcast the Pokemon Discourse with extra video games on the side.
No, that's just me. That's just me, honestly. I'm the one that normally brings Pokemon into this.
No, it's fine. I have a lot of things to say about Pokemon as well. Just not right now, because...
It's just an easy identifiable franchise that I can easily...
Yeah, with a lot of genres in it. It's an RPG, it's somehow open world sometimes, it has spin-offs with puzzle games.
Next week, Pokemon.
Oh god. I don't even know what next week is gonna
be. We'll figure that out, and we will probably we don't have a topic for right now, but we will think of one by the time for next week.
Yes.
Yeah.
Who knows? It could be Pokemon.
We might as well
do
the whole Pokemon thing. Just get it out of the way.
Eventually.
We can
do another Pokemon thing. Get it all out of my system and then go for it.
We can literally look up every single Pokemon game, be it spin-off or main game, and then just talk about it oh, this was a thing.
We're just have to make that a special. That would have to go up into 2 podcasts.
Oh, that'll be our Christmas special.
Thank you for...
No.
Just
my god, Christmas is on a Saturday.
It is, isn't it? It is.
Too bad, family. Too bad, family.
Yeah, same. But I think for now, thank you all for listening. Since you've
Yes.
come this far.
And if you're
Yeah,
actually
Yeah, you
looking
really
at the
listen
video,
to a lot of rambling
yeah,
like you're doing.
Yes,
But
really appreciate it.
yeah. If you got this far, congratulations on listening to us talk
if you got
about
this,
other
if you
stuff.
got this far, congratulations. You win nothing, get nothing, go home.
You get to talk about us bad in the comments.
You get to talk about
No, you
Wonka's
don't.
Willy.
You get to
If you've made
you
it
get
this
to-
long, you're a fan, and you right to talk bad.
Or you're a friend that's just being supportive, in which case, sorry for having you go through this.
Yeah, you know,
or
you
maybe
can.
I'm listening to this in the future. Appreciate it, me.
Yeah.
Somebody better have this on a 1400 like episode playlist. Same episode, just
Oh, God.
put it on loop.
I don't even think we're gonna get to, like, the hundreds, let alone tens.
I mean, it's gonna take a bit.
It's gonna take some
It would
time.
literally get away from you. But anyway,
God damn it.
let's end it here. And thank you all for joining us. Thank you again to our guests who joined us before.
Yes.
Of course. Thanks, Phil. Thanks, Josh. I know you aren't here, but you know.
Yes.
If you're
Thank you to
listening
our
to this
guests,
again, thank
James,
you.
Mike, and Joey, for hosting the podcast.
It's a separate entity speaking to our voices.
Yes.
But anyway, thank you all for listening. I think we'll end it here.
Yes.
Unless we all have one more thing. Do we have any closing thoughts, actually?
Fuck Microsoft.
I'd say
I don't like We didn't talk about microtransactions, but
yeah, we did. We
I
did.
mean, we did.
We
Yeah,
did.
we did. Frick microtransactions.
fuck Epic.
Frick pay to
Fuck,
win.
fuck Epic, fuck Activision, fuck EA, fuck Blizzard. Fuck Riot
Fuck
Games.
microtransactions.
Fuck
Yeah.
me.
Fuck pay to win.
No, I'd rather not.
No.
Okay, bye
fuck
guys.
Alright.
We'll see you in the
On that
next
long.
episode.
See ya. Goodbye. End it. Let's go.
Bye-bye.
See ya.